Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingVoice.com. All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done bust your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fighter. I sacrificed a lot.
Gvozdyk Productions.
To get to where I got to.
What do you bring to the table?
Let's get this on. Let's do it.
Well, it's like this. Wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot. BoxingVoice.com. To get to where I got to. BoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio live from Los Angeles. The crew is all here. It is fight week. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. It's going down. So let me just go around the table because it is a jam-packed show. We have all the panels plus a special guest hailing from Cincinnati. You might know him if you paid attention to the Border Wars series. But let's get this thing started without further ado. We're not even going to run down the topics. You know what you're here for. We're here to make preview and predictions. We're going to preview this fight, predict this fight, and we want to know who the hell is going to be king.
And the main thing we cannot forget is I am the unified heavyweight champion of the world.
Dylan White, Derek Chisora, Big Baby Miller, Joe Joyce. You can all have it, company Brazil. Whoever else is in America too. All of it.
BoxingVoice.com.
It's fee-fi fum. I'm the man with the right-hand bomb. Tyson Fury. Where can he be? For he's the next man that I want to see. Sheffield, England. Do you agree?
Welcome back, everybody. Another edition of the Boxing Voice. Fee-fi fum. Hit that thumbs up, I suppose. Big fight, big weekend coming up. Obviously, December 1st, it's going down. We had all the craziness yesterday. I guess we're going to have some more craziness tomorrow, unless they put some plexiglass up or, 20 state troopers or something, or the Marines, I don't know. But, yeah, it's all going to go down. But, yeah, let's not hold it up any longer. Let's head out to one of the other guys.
Him 50 million. Whether people thought it was real or not, motherfucker, we ain't playing. Who got time to play? I'm ready to whoop ass and get this money. You feel me?
BoxingVoice.com.
2 attempts, handed bands over. Sicko hit, shot and missed. 2 to stand over. Turn up. Breadwinner, huh? Look who in the building. Let me check my Instagram. I might be at 1 million. And I'm in.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's up, baby? We're back with another one, flagship edition Thursday. Mike is in L.A. Had a little hiccup, man. Went to Santa Monica first, but, hey, I didn't know that states have the same address for, like, 2 different cities, but it is what it is. I went to Santa Monica, seen the fucking scenery, came downtown L.A., met up with Matt, the hipster hunter, met up with Ness, and met up with what I got from Cincinnati. His name right now is leaving me. I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. What up, Rob? And y'all heard what Wilder said. It's time to whoop ass and get this money. Let's go out to Fighter IQ.
People want their subjective preferences to be the objective reality.
Where did the kids ever get to read and to hear and to see about the greatness of these people, these fighters?
It's like the Yankees, for example, in baseball, very good at trading on their past. The Celtics do it in basketball very well. And that's something boxing, because boxing has the richest history of all. That's something we should really be trading on, I think.
BoxingVoice.com.
It is finally here, from John L. Sullivan's to Jack Johnson's, Jack Dempsey's, the Mike Tyson, the Muhammad Ali's, Floyd Patterson's, the George Foreman's, you know, the list goes on. Now it's either going to continue as Tyson Fury, or we're going to get another champion, another fighter added to the lineal championships of heavyweights. So let's go.
All right, call me.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
Yo. What's up? Who's ready? Who played the soundbite there?
That was
That'd be
right.
me.
That was
Let's
right.
go.
I mean, we still have other people to introduce. Let's get out to my boy Matsky. Damn, I fucked up. I hate that I fucked up.
Damn, fucking up.
I'm fucking
R.I.P.
Yeah, a lot of fuck up going on here.
Trying out the new studio. It happens. Somebody play some sad sound bites.
I got his intro, don't worry.
Emotional. Why you emotional?
Yeah. Why is Rob such a hater, B?
It happens. But anyway, hipsters here. Haters beware. Obviously, it is the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder.
I never thought I've seen us have these mic problems or Matt, man.
Yo, wait, am I muted? Am I muted still?
No, you're not muted.
Are you
yes,
sure?
you are. No, you're not.
Yo,
now you're not.
hipsters here. Haters beware. Shout out to Ness. Continually fucking up the show.
Bro, listen.
Air horns for him. Okay, come on. Get the air horns out, Ness. You
How
know
much
you
am I
deserve it.
doing here?
Thank you. But anyway. Thank you.
Yo, let's not turn people away with the overdose on sound bites, all right?
But anyways, obviously it is Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury prediction show. Call in on Skype, call in via the number. Number's right there on the screen. And obviously we want to hear your predictions. And I cannot wait. Oh, don't pull me.
I don't know. You look weird over here.
Because I have the mic arm. Relax, Ness. Relax. Okay? It's okay.
Fucking up the look and shit.
I'm fucking up the look? I am.
I see you fucking up the look.
It's going to be a fun show. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe. And yeah, let's get to the shits.
Old married couple right there. Old married couple.
That is exactly what it is.
I have no clue what you are talking about, my friend.
It's the shitty canvases fucking up.
Well,
the look
first
of the
topic.
show.
Here we go.
Yeah, go.
Are we going? We're waiting for you.
What? Do we have to?
You're the lead host? Oh, my God.
I mean, what are we here to talk about?
I mean, it's Bomb Squad. You don't have any sound bites? You have nothing,
I mean,
no,
there's nothing.
No screaming. It's your boy. He's fighting.
Listen. You
For
know
the
what
crown.
time it is. Like, you guys know what time it is. We don't need any extra fireworks. All we want is the fight. And we're here to preview it and predict it. I mean, who wants to start?
I'll start.
Let's go.
I feel like most people here that Deontay Wilder should win this one relatively easily, in my opinion. Yes, he's going to lose rounds because he's not as active in the first 6 rounds as most boxers. Tyson Fury is very elusive. But to act like Tyson Fury is in any sort of shape to face an elite competition at this point in his career, I think is just wrong. If you look at any of his last 2 fights, his just athleticism doesn't seem the same. And you may, callers out there, listeners may say that, Tyson Fury looks better in this fight than he did in those 2 in terms of his shape. I think that really won't matter as much. The extra 10 pounds off won't matter when he's really not being that explosive heavyweight, even though he was never really that. But even his old form against Francisco Pineta, Safari, and all those other people that really aren't Deontay Wilder. So Deontay Wilder should win this one by knockout after the 6th round. 7, 8, 9 is really what I'm looking at. And, whether it's the right hand, whether it's the left hook, whatever it's going to be, he's going to hurt Tyson Fury at some point. And like most Deontay Wilder fights, he will go in the kill mode. And I don't think Tyson Fury is going to survive that in 2018. I just don't think so.
I'm going to tell you one thing that I seen this past day from Deontay Wilder on like Facebook and like IG. A lot of my friends have like been hitting me up and sending me this clip of Wilder going at Radio Raheem, and I don't know if he meant to like make that like such a big deal, but on the internet that clip has gone viral, and I feel like more and more people are interested and more people are talking about it. So my prediction is Wilder going to KO Fury between 5 and 9. And I just think Fury comes out and he has a chance to outpoint Wilder the first couple rounds, but I just think the fact that Fury's been off for so long and hasn't had the level of opposition to compare to a Wilder is not going to boast good for him for this fight. So I got Wilder by KO in the 5 to 9 rounds. And if it go past 9, and it looks like Fury has a chance, I think Fury maybe can either get a draw or a points win.
I think.
Yeah, I think. I'll go ahead.
Yeah, you go, Ron. You go, Ron. I'll save mine.
I
for
was
that.
gonna say, like, it seems like a consistent idea of the fact that, like, you know, Tyson Fury can have this great boxing performance, but his layoff is the big difficult factor to kind of say, like, he can kind of get it. I mean, you look at history. I know, like, Muhammad Ali came back in time, you know, after his delay or when he was serving his, like, military problems. When he came back, he didn't do great against, like, Frazier or, like, obviously the recent times Klitschko when he tried to fight Anthony Joshua. George Foreman, he was able to do this, but he didn't have this great start again when he came back. He lost to, like, Tommy Morrison's, and even way back then, James Jeffries, you know, he retired, but then he came back to fight Jack Johnson. I mean, these guys lose because of these layoffs and these inconsistency if we just look at history. So this is a really tough task to see Tyson Fury to come back and try to fight one of the top guys coming off those type of performances he's had and the big weight drop. I know he looks great. He's been performing, you know, very well in the workout regimens, but, you know, having to perform and fight now is like a new, you know, situation. So I think that experience is great, but his layoff is going to be a big problem. He's going to get woken up pretty soon if he doesn't come in perfect.
I'm kind of torn on it because I watch a certain video about Fury and I think, oh yeah, maybe, and then I see like Wilder, obviously all the knockouts, and I think, yeah, you know, my head's thinking it's maybe going to be knockout, but I don't want to get past the fact that Fury's going to try and spoil this fight. He's going to, if he does get hurt, he's going to use his experience. He's going to grab hold. He's going to do everything he can to make this go long and just spoil everything he can about the fight. And I think that's where experience will tell. But I guess we kind of expect knockouts because that's what Wilder delivers. But I don't know. I'm really sort of torn on this. I've always been thinking Wilder is going to win this, purely like you say, the layoff. But I think Fury's going to have a bag of tricks. You know, I think he might be switching a lot if he's at southpaw. You know, it's that's further for the right hand to travel and land. He's got that more distance, and I think also we shouldn't sleep on the fact that I personally feel that if it goes 12, I think Wilder's got more than a good chance of winning a decision as well, because I think you know, we've seen Fury win against Klitschko with barely throwing any hands, but I think we can expect that Wilder will be throwing punches, whether they land cleanly or not. You know, I still think he can. Wilder can get a judge's decision. So, I'm like I say, I'm kind of torn on it. Obviously, I'm rooting for Fury, being from the UK, but I think I'm going to lean towards Wilder on this one. I'm just not sure whether it's going to be KO or not. But I think he can get a decision also. So.
I mean, I agree with everything that everyone said. Even Rob, Mr. Reasonable, right now. I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious. If Tyson Fury had fought anyone in the top 15 and looked decent, we would be, I think, saying stuff differently about this fight. But it's not. It's Tyson Fury off the layoff, off of 2 fights that he didn't look that great in, where he didn't look the old form, and you can't honestly look at him throwing punches against Francisco Pineta or whatever those guys are named and say, yes, those punches will have an effect against elite competition. They just won't. His defensive movement, his footwork, his head movement, his waist movement, it's all going to help him survive for rounds, but that won't allow him to win the fight, in my opinion.
And like Wilder said, you win 10 rounds with Pinata, and you couldn't get him out of there?
I mean, he was...
You got it.
I mean, he was trying to get rounds.
I don't give a fuck.
So
I think he
didn't
carried
like
it.
He could visibly hurt that guy, and I don't think with that performance going against Wilder, nah, bro, that ain't what you want to do.
Who gives a fuck?
It's just your opinion.
I give a fuck.
Just your opinion.
Maybe if you're the kind of guy that once the competition is at a certain level, he rises to that level. So maybe a Pianetta, he used it for rounds. It's hard to get up for that kind of, you know, opponent that, you know, he's more than obviously supposed to get past and whatever. And people have been saying he ain't the knockout artist that everyone says. So you know, he's gonna he's going to have to box, and he's going to have to spoil the fight. He's going to have to take that right hand away. And I know people are saying, "Oh, don't just think Wilder's all right hand. You know, he's got a left hook, he's got this, that, and the other." So, you know, I think it's going to be an interesting look. We'll have to see.
How was it hard for him to get up for it when he invited Wilder out to Belfast to watch him fight? If you invite a guy out there to watch you fight, you should try to go out there and put on a performance that sends a fucking message.
No, I know what you're saying, but that being said, I think it was a fucking horrible rainy night in Belfast. I know maybe the ring was covered, but I don't know. I just think, obviously, Klitschko, he wasn't meant to win that one in a massive fight, massive crowd, and he was up for that, and he did what he did there. You know, I just don't want to be like completely sleeping on Fury when we know what he's done and he's risen to that level. And can he do it against Wilder? That's the thing.
I had to sit down with Wilder today. It was pretty exclusive. Shout out to he who will remain nameless. Hopefully he doesn't post his. But his mindset seemed to be on kill mode. And, you know me, trying to get paid. So I'm asking him, how do we bet it? You know, his loyal fans, where do we drop our money? You know, and obviously no one wants to take responsibility for your wins and losses, especially when it's financial. But I think he made it clear he's going for the kill. Now, it's hard even for me to distinguish what's real and what isn't, because does he really go out there and try to take care of Fury in the first round, risk gassing, or does he wait like he normally did, feel out for the first couple of rounds, risk losing the first couple of rounds, and do things the way you've been doing it and get the knockout late? It's kind of difficult, you know. You want to believe that everything that got us to this point in terms of the buildup will have him come out, like a bat out of hell. But is that the smart thing?
No. I mean, Wilder's always been a guy that, like, eases into fights. He's always been a slow starter. And especially against southpaws, guys are a little bit trickier than he's used to. He does take a while to get into it. And even though Tyson Fury is not normally a southpaw, he can switch to it. On top of that, he is unorthodox. Tyson Fury is very hard to sort of pin down in the ring. So I would expect Wilder to go out there and be cautious in the first few rounds, because honestly, you can afford to lose rounds against Tyson Fury.
Real quick, we got a super chat from Bama Bo. Radio Raccoon will be a pallbearer. #Bum Squad.
Damn.
Yeah, I see Radio Raheem he's done a follow-up video with Wilder, kind of skirted over it, and I think he kind of changed the question a little bit, and it seemed like things were patched up a little. But yeah, you talk about kill mode. Did you see him with Gareth A. Davis, the UK journalist? The glasses came off again. He was in his face, delivered the message to you, man. And he was talking about he's going home in a body bag and shit. And
who's that guy again, Rob? I met him.
Can't hear you, man. Who's
that guy again in who's that reporter? Like, how famous is he, or how I don't
Gareth?
know.
He's pretty famous.
Is he bigger than like a Dan in the UK? Because it's funny, I've met him. You don't remember, he doesn't know who it is yet. You need a picture, Mike. But we met him in Alabama. Actually, no. I met him in Belfast.
He's like a Kevin Iole because he does both MMA and boxing. So he's kind of in both worlds.
He's a little weird.
He's interesting.
He's interesting.
He's interesting.
He's a bit eccentric.
Yes. Very feng shui. Very. I don't want to say hipster, but like
he reminds me of Mauro Ranallo in a way. Like they're both very energetic people in a way. You have to sort of get used to it.
It was funny, man. Meeting him, I didn't know, obviously, till right now that he's like popular, But I seen that clip, and I'm like, oh shit, that's my man. You know what I mean? Because he came up to me. He seen me. Yes, that's him. He seen me with Wilder in Belfast, so obviously he came to me and he's like, look, can you hook me up? I just want to get a few minutes. I'm doing this piece. I'm like, bro, I am nobody. I am nobody, but I pointed him to Chris, you know what I mean? and obviously Chris. For those that don't know who Chris, actually he was just on the thumbnail giving Tyson Fury a very stare down. So Chris obviously hooked him up, and then I seen, what's his name again?
Gareth Davis.
I seen Gareth Davis yesterday, and he stopped me. He's like, "Oh man, thanks for hooking me up. I actually got to go to Alabama. I flew to Alabama. Chris set me up, and I got to spend a whole couple of days with Wilder, and he was just very impressed with the sparring that he got to see, which was cool. But now for it to come full circle, man, such a small world. I mean, I know it's our niche and all, but still, I didn't know that, dude.
Yeah, I think he either writes for the Times or the Telegraph, like, sort of, good newspaper over here, like broadsheet rather than red top sort of gossip tabloid thing. So he's a sort of proper journalist. But I know the whole thing yesterday with the 400 years and talking of his struggles. But in that piece with Gareth, he was like coming over here talking about mental health and drinking and this, that, and the other. That's everyday life. Don't bring that bullshit over here. So I just got this thing with Wilder, like wants to talk about his struggles, but fuck everybody else's, or like as if putting something on mental health. Like he said, don't bring that bullshit here. So mental health is bullshit. I don't know. I know he's in that.
It's wartime, baby.
In that bronze bomber zone or whatever, but he's totally took away Tyson Fury's story, which is he was where he was, 400 pounds in weight, mental health, depression. He was like, oh, if that was me, I'd just be labeled a drug addict. And it's like, well, don't take someone.
Which is true.
Absolutely would.
The black man doesn't get labeled as a dude with mental problems. He gets labeled as a dude that is
drug issues,
a drug addict.
But that's not on Tyson Fury, is it? That's Tyson Fury's story.
But that's what he.
Hold on, very quickly.
We can't all talk at the same time.
Rob, he can say that. Wilder can say that. Hey, like if I had the same issues as Fury, I would be labeled X, Y, and Z. That doesn't necessarily take away from Fury's story, but it's also pointing out that, hey, there is a hypocritical difference in how media portrays white athletes and black athletes. That's
I think if you feel it's taking from Fury's story is because you feel Wilder is right. If Wilder comes out with a mental health story, it's like, whatever.
Who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
All right. Okay. So mental health isn't, don't come here with that bullshit. So he's completely dismissing mental health problems.
Bro. He's saying it's wartime, and I'm not interested in his story. I got to fucking fight with this guy. Everything.
Yeah, but we have to hear about the struggles. I'm not.
It don't matter.
I'm not saying slavery is a great thing that ever happened. Of course it isn't. It's a horrible thing that happened, just like the Holocaust, any shit like that. But to completely dismiss mental health and say don't bring that bullshit here, I don't know.
Hold on, Rob. Very quickly, Rob. I think we can all agree that Wilder probably shouldn't have phrased it that way. But he's a fighter. Fighters are going to say stupid, ignorant shit.
I don't think
they all say stuff that they shouldn't say. So to act like this is some damning piece, we shouldn't even be talking about this. They have a fight going on. Like, this is such a immaterial thing that we are talking about right now that really has no matter in any factor in the fight.
It's because people want to look for insensitivity in a fucking boxer. He's here to fight. He's not a philosopher. He's not a philosopher. He's not the president of the United States. He is a dude that wants to go in there and rip your man's head off. That's it. You and the world want him to be more than what he is. He is just what he is. A dude with a mission. And that's all he wants to do is accomplish it.
And on top of that, very quickly, Rob, just like with the Raider Raheem 400 years stuff, he's talked about mental health a lot. His daughter is obviously handicapped in some way, so it's not like he doesn't talk about and go on in depth about these subjects. He does, but this isn't the time for it. He's not in the frame of mode to talk about that. So again, this is such a immaterial thing we're talking about.
I just don't get why does Wilder have to be sensitive to Fury with all the shit this Fury's done said, and it's a fight. This ain't no fucking debate. It's a fight.
Real quick, we got super chat from Bama Bo. UK Rob sounded like he want to carry a casket too.
What does that mean?
I don't even know what that
Fury's
means.
casket. That's what they're talking about. That's what they're. The whole body thing. That's what.
We got another super chat from Jack. It's the truth. The double standards of Wilder saying that UK celebrate AJ, but the dismiss Fury, but then playing the race card when it comes down to him, he's a clown.
Look, I mean, look, clearly there's obviously cultural differences and subjective opinions about all of it. It's just like like Matt was saying, like, look, when Manny Pacquiao was asked these questions about, his beliefs or his thoughts at the moment of like gay marriages and stuff like that. Like there was a Dave Chappelle special where they were like, you're asking this guy who lived on the streets and all he's known mostly was fighting, and you come up and ask him like he's going to give like the most diplomatic and most thought out, sophisticated answer when he's a boxer, So at this, look, this is obviously cultural differences, subjective opinions. And at the end of the day, the media definitely does what they do. They look for headlines, they try to spin narratives, and we shouldn't focus on that. The big thing is the fight. They're in fight mode. Remember that too. They're in fight mode. They're they're not cutting weight. They don't have, but they're trying to get in the best shape. They're mentally preparing themselves, and this is a high-stake fight. So at this point, the build-up is kind of led to them kind of getting anxious and wanting to fight. This is a lot at stake, and, things happen at the end, It's a fight.
I totally agree, Ron.
It was
Totally
all part of the promotion. It was used, it was on the Rogan thing, and it was just all used like that. And then I don't know. What's the point in talking about it, I guess?
Yeah, let's talk about the mental health issue and not the fight.
All right. We talked about slavery yesterday, so.
Yesterday was not the fight preview day. But
okay.
This is typical UK banter, though, right? I mean, this is what the sheep do. They bring up records and resumes and everything other than the motherfucking fight. Let's talk about Tyson Fury getting in the ring and trying to get a win. That's what we should be talking about.
I'm sorry I said something about Wilder. Sorry.
Oh, it's not just you, sensitive Rob. Understand that I'm talking in general. I always am.
All right, I'm one of those. So if I took it sensitive, if you think, I'm just saying.
I'm not home either, Rob. So resend me that sheep soundbite. I gotta abuse it today.
And also, Rob, like AJ said stuff about like being the superior race.
Yo. He did it first. We said we was not gonna do that.
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring it up, but I'm just saying, like across the board, like fighters say stupid shit. Angel Garcia said all that racist shit in the press conference before, and I was one of only people in media to get outraged about it. The fans were yelling at me. Why am I being outraged about it? I think Wilder is saying like let's ignore Tyson Fury's story. Like it's about me right now. That is in terms of the totem pole, the priority list of what's really fucking wrong with the sport. That's not even on the list. It just isn't.
I mean, there's like I said, like there's obviously cultural differences, and once again, there's things that I don't agree, and there's things that we all know the importance of, cultural differences, slavery, mental illness. We all agree there is problematic things, and we should be sensitive. But the fact is, these fighters, these guys, like we're not coming to them for the advice. We're coming to the fight. Angel Garcia, yes, I don't agree with him at that Keith Thurman thing, but a cultural difference. He went and explained, look, this is where I'm from, blah, blah, blah. I didn't agree that was the best place to showcase it, but that just shows there's tons of different scenarios, cultural differences, and we're not coming to Angel Garcia. We're not coming to Deontay. We're not coming to Tyson Fury for these particular things. We can scrutinize them for whatever it is, but at the end of the day, there's right and wrong, but we got to fight. And this is a big fight. They're in fight mode. They're going to say some dumb stuff. They don't care. The most important thing for them, truly, is winning. That's what they came here to win. They didn't come here to win a political debate. They came here to win a fight.
Really quick from the super chat, we have Andre Diacono. He says, Ness, how does Fury look physically? One thing is to lose weight, but another thing is to be fight ready body wise. I was up close with Fury as he did Radio Row at the press conference. He looks good, but he had a suit on. Got a good zoom in on his shoes. He had some very nice shoes, but we won't never tell. And look, the bottom line is this: Fury isn't a bodybuilder. He's never been one. I'm not expecting him to come in there, looking like AJ. I'm expecting him to dance. I'm expecting him to use the ring. I'm expecting him to use his physical attributes, which are his reach, his awkwardness. I'm expecting him to try and make this fight Not ugly at all. I don't think that's even physically possible with the mindset of Wilder. Even if Wilder gives up the first 4 rounds because of Fury's awkwardness, I think they're going to put the battery in his back, let him know to ignore the jitteriness. Because, again, who the fuck is Fury knocked out? Like, why does Wilder even have to respect his power? Why not just walk him the fuck down and body his ass?
And just to add to the super chats, Michael Johnson and Fugatti. Johnson saying, nah, Fury don't get a pass for talking about gays. If Wilder get the short end of the stick for his mouth, everyone does. Fair or nothing. Fugatti saying, again, Wilder talking, killing someone in the ring, and it is ignored. I want to address these both simultaneously. One, Fury did get shit for his comments about homosexuality. He did.
Absolutely.
But look where he's at now. In the biggest fight of his career, went on Joe Rogan podcast. Obviously, it did not affect his money. Obviously, the fans still support him. Obviously, we do not bring it up nowadays. We just don't. Just like Manny Pacquiao, we really don't bring it up. And with Deontay Wilder, everyone gave him shit for that comment. They did. To act like there wasn't video after video on YouTube, after article, shitting on Wilder for that comment, deservingly so, because he shouldn't be going that far. Again, I feel like this is ridiculous.
It's a fight, man.
I don't understand this shit.
It's a fight.
Look, I don't know, man. I guess it's just we raised in different cultural differences, which has become the theme of this fucking fight.
It's different when you say like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill him in the ring too. I want to get a body. I want somebody. Like I want to kill." When you go that extra length, yeah, that's a little bit distasteful. It is. But again, he's still in the biggest fight of his career, just like Fury. Like both guys in their transgressions have been relatively ignored and relatively criticized. But it is boxing. We've accepted all. We have accepted domestic violence abuse. We've accepted convicted rapists. We've accepted all.
Because
so
boxing
this is not the line.
But
this
boxing
isn't the line.
is a sport that was based off second chances.
No.
It's an inner city sport. It's not supposed to be a sport for fucking people in the stock market or with suits and ties. No, this is the sport for the leftovers. We've always been the bad news bears. And then we rise from those ashes and become the Mike Tysons of the world, the Floyds of the world. These are the forgotten. Boxing is our sport. It's an inner city sport. It's never been for the fucking masses. That's why it's always been a niche.
And just to add to that, if anyone is listening or partakes in the sport, whether it's media, fans, whoever it is, realize that this is the sport we partake in. Like, it has all walks of life.
Exactly.
And you can either, I mean, we do criticize it, but there's only so much we can do when the market does not change.
Fury's culture demands for two men to go in an abandoned house, take off their shirts, beat each other to death, and shake their hands when it's over, settle shit like men. So why the fuck do we need to be sensitive? Does that sound sensitive? Come on, man. Niggas need to fucking man up. Take your skirts off. That's all. Take your skirts off.
And y'all got to realize, man, when this man preparing for a fight, his mindset is not of a regular human being. He's training to be a killer. He wants to be a killer inside that ring and be, as he may use the wrong language. At the same time, these guys are hitting each other in the head. Your head is not meant to get hit. So with that being said, every time one of these fighters get in the ring, they have a good chance of what? Dying. And he may have said it in a way that turned a lot of people off, but at the end of the day, that's fucking reality.
Reality.
And it does turn people off. There's a reason why this is a niche sport. Like, there's a reason why we are in a bubble sometimes. It's because it's stuff like this.
Bro, what I don't get though is
Accept it.
What I don't get though is like UFC could do a flying knee kick to someone's skull. You literally see the dude's skull like split in half all over Instagram, and that's not violent. That's okay. But here we are talking about someone saying fuck your mental health issues.
And that's how I found out who Michael Venom Page was. Swear to God.
No,
the truth.
But this
the
is
truth,
what I'm
Michael
saying. It's a double fucking standard. We all know it's a double standard. Look,
well, you know why? Because we put a ring around it. We have rules. We have regulations. So we think it's okay. It's okay that people punch each other and give each other brain damage.
All right. So if Wilder catches a body inside the fucking ring, it's okay.
It happens. Like it does happen.
It's what you signed up for.
Yeah, but
I think you know what the problem is now? Now Fury's in.
Let Rob go.
But to say that's what you want in a normal interview, it wasn't fight week. He wasn't in the bronze bomber mode. When he said he wanted a body on his record, that was just an interview away from the ring, whatever.
Rob, what did he tell you?
That's a little different. I think that's a little different.
He said he transforms into bronze bomber during training camp.
look, outside of training or not, like a lot of fighter or people's favorite fighters, they don't do enough research, and your Muhammad Ali's aren't so innocent. Obviously Mike Tyson has went on record and said crazy things, but then praised about his performance. So obviously, if people can separate actions upon, athletic abilities, this goes from all sports. We look at athletes, basketball players, football players, soccer players, we know the right and wrong, but we also praise the athleticism, So if we can separate the two and allow one to be the other, then we can just focus on one area. Like, this is a combat sport. There's three things when it comes to combat sports. Obviously, there's the ability to fight, but there's a lot of mental preparation as well as nutrition. They have to, whoever ran more, whoever ate the better meal, and whoever came mentally prepared, So this is a mental game too. Muhammad Ali came in there and did a lot of mental things for Joe Frazier, and it became a split amongst cultural differences. Frazier became, favored by a certain group of people, and Muhammad Ali was praised by another. So it happens, and a lot of your favorite fighters out there have been doing some of these same tactics. We're just aware, we're a little bit more sophisticated, but at the same time, we also own it that it is what it is. It's a fight, it's a fucking fight. It's a fight.
So the whole panel pretty much is going with Wilder, right?
In terms of the actual pick of the fight, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Everyone's picking Wilder. I think everyone's picking by KO as well.
Yes.
No one's thinking there's going to be a
Is
draw.
it early or late KO?
I think most of us are saying late. I don't think Ness is going to bet another first-round knockout.
Yo, it's funny you even say that. I wish I could bet because Wilder said he's going for first round KO. And then when I threw in I already uploaded the video. You could check it out yourself. When I threw in your fans trying to get money too. He like, yo, I can't tell you when to bet. But he said he going first round. But he said that shit the last time, right?
I know. That's why.
He said that the last time that I didn't win. But then he went and got the first round versus Bermain.
That's one time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Look, let's just no. Obviously, let's also factor in that it's level of opposition. He said that versus Bermain, he got it, but he said it versus Ortiz, he didn't. So Fury is no Bermain.
But safe money,
and it's also the myth behind Wilder's right hand. He's not hitting someone with one punch and it's game over. Luis Ortiz got up however many times. I know he still gets the win, but it's not one punch, good night, When was the last time that happened?
It's one punch, then you drop.
Well, very, very quickly, Rob, wasn't the first significant punch he landed in the Ortiz fight a knockdown punch in the 5th round?
You drop.
No, it didn't take to the 5th to get the first knockdown.
Yes, it was.
You did.
Oh.
And Wilder didn't throw a punch nearly in the first 4 rounds at all. So, yes, Wilder, of course, needs to hit you with multiple punches sometimes, but also times it is one punch and they're out.
And their guard is up.
And his percentage of punches thrown, punches landed to the knockout ratio obviously lines up to he's really not doing that much to knock out.
Was it CompuBox put out a thing the other day? He's like the most accurate.
I seen that. Like 41%. He's the most accurate out of all active fighters. That's what it said.
Yeah, all weight divisions, all active fighters, or something. It was like jabs,
accuracy.
Accuracy. Yeah. It was like, but he's wild, huh?
Yeah, but you know what though, this is the
wild.
thing, Rob. This is the thing. Those stats weren't here before this fight. They're just, and no disrespect to Wilder, but they're just trying to find everything they can to highlight this moment. Like, these dudes did an astronomical amount of media. What do we call it?
Obligations.
Media
tours. Media circuits.
So much. I mean, they're still doing stuff. I don't know if that's going to take from their performances, but it has to be tiring. Now, I mean, for all us blue-collar guys, it's like, whatever, you're fucking doing 8 hours of interviewing, 8 hours of people fluffing your butt, your nuts and shit. Get out of here. But for them, it's fight week, They don't want to be asked the same question. Like, when I spoke to Wilder today, I didn't really ask questions. He just spoke, and he was saying it. He was like, I said, how you feeling? And he's like, man, what could I tell you? I've been asked the same shit over and over all fucking week. You know what I mean? So,
speaking of tiring, did you see Fury done an interview and the fire alarm went off in the hotel?
No.
They kept trying to stop, waiting for the fire alarm to stop to carry on the interview. Anyway, he said, don't worry about it. I'm expecting this on Friday night. the night before the fight. I'm expecting the alarm to go off at 3, 4 in the morning. Like it was away,
like conspiracy theories,
away from home.
Yeah, I bet he's gonna have a whole bunch of pre-existing excuses come Saturday night post fight.
And it happens.
Hey, let's. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna do this, so I'm just gonna. We're not gonna elaborate on this. Okay. We'll just say.
But we will. I'm assuming. Just
but we'll just say we spoke to Shelly, and there's an announcement coming post fight.
Well, isn't there an interview up already on the YouTube channel?
There's probably an interview of that, but he still doesn't. He still doesn't say what exactly. I mean, he does allude to it.
Are you saying that you know what the announcement is and you can't say it?
No, I don't know what the announcement is. I mean, I could assume
because that interview is out.
I could assume what it is. I mean, it seems obvious.
Yeah, it does seem obvious.
Seems obvious.
And shout out to Shelly for being proactive, not waiting till after the fight.
Yeah, on that. I don't know
what do you mean by not waiting until after the fight? Because it is after the fight. He said post fight.
Well, I mean, obviously stuff's already happening before fight. Because he's saying there's an announcement to be made after the fight.
I mean,
like, there's already talks.
Yeah, but what if he's bluffing and the announcement is we're gonna actively seek out that fight now?
I would say this: of all the issues people can have with Shelly, he's really not one to do something like that.
Thank you.
Like what? Do something like what?
Like talk bullshit like that. Say like there's a big announcement and it's not a big announcement.
I mean, according to Rob, he's the type that won't show up to a meeting.
Did he?
Exactly, Rob.
I would say there's definitely emails being answered. Let's be honest. Like,
what do you mean?
In terms of the announcement, in terms of people saying that the reporting now, we're elaborating. Fuck it. Usyk fighting the winner of White Chisora, freeing up you know who. He should not be named.
He who we will not mention because today is Wilder Fury Day.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Anthony Joshua.
Bring him up for April.
Anthony Johnson. Avery Johnson.
Because
he's deleted.
Because there is a lack of info on that rematch clause if there's one for Tyson Fury.
Yo, you know what's funny?
I'm just saying, come on, conspiracy
Where's
theories.
Eddie at? Where's the interview from Eddie saying this fight's
IFL's here. That's the Coogan's here. He can't be with Eddie right now.
Eddie right now.
Nah, there's plenty of other IFL. There's plenty of other little Cougans running around.
Wait, when's the press conference for Canelo in New York? Is that right after this week? Is it next week?
Probably.
Eddie is in Italy.
Hold on. Let's hear from the junior Hearn.
Eddie's in Italy right now because they have the fight, obviously, this Saturday. But I would assume he's flying to New York for that press conference with Canelo. It's Eddie, right?
Well,
he can do that.
He doesn't have to, though. He don't have to be there. That's not his shit.
He's co-promoting it. You don't think he's going to be
there?
there?
Yeah, you're right. Fielding.
Okay, all right. Anyways.
You're right. I forgot about him.
He's
so irrelevant. He's so irrelevant in this fight. I forgot
let me tell
about
the
him.
conspiracy theory.
Hey, man, it's Wilder Fury, baby. Come on, baby.
Hold on. This is big.
This is conspiracy.
Conspiracy theories. This is podcasting right here, 101. Okay.
At its greatest.
At its greatest.
We're tying it all in. Check it out.
Okay.
Tell them who said all this.
Because where's the last time you heard of Eddie Hearn, quiet. Like, he's very quiet.
Hold on. Let me spin. You guys are talking over me.
No, I just wanted to be fucking known. It was the boxing voice that spoke to Shelly and let y'all know what's coming Saturday motherfucking night. So root for Wilder, buy your pay-per-view, because if he loses, Shelly ain't making an announcement. It'll be Frank Warren making an announcement.
Obviously, I would assume Coogan's taking the fight to New York next week. Eddie will be in New York next week. Next week, obviously, is the week after the fight. I'm going to assume as well, again, all assumptions, conspiracy theories here, probably Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to see that interview drop from IFL. You know why?
I mean, they don't got to wait for IFL. They got boxing somebody, boxing something out there. Oh, they got the zone, too.
You know why they're going to wait? Because they're going to wait for that pay-per-view number that comes out Monday or Tuesday.
Yep.
Once that's announced, this thing will go quickly.
It should.
It should, at least.
And
if White Chisora is off the table, if all these people are off the table, this should be relatively
Well, White
quickly.
Chisora is not really off the table because the fight hasn't happened yet. That's still a flea flicker option, but I will say this. My interview with Espinoza, which is up but not released yet, does say that his stance has changed. Remember, I have an interview with Espinoza when Danny Garcia, Sean Porter fought at the New York City Dream Hotel press conference where he said they would never do business, co-promote, co-broadcast with an app. And yesterday when I interviewed him, he said his stance has changed.
What if it's Andre Ward?
Stop bringing that into the universe. Mike has brought it up so much. Stop bringing up Andre Ward.
Mike is the king of conspiracies, Matt.
Y'all
No,
know
if Andre Ward comes back,
to be what?
No, stay at light heavyweight, Ward. Do
You
not
wanna
come up
be
to
what,
heavyweight. Stop.
What do you wanna be,
Let's not
Matt?
put it in the universe. Let's
Well,
not put
you
it in the
spoke
universe.
to Virgil. Does it sound like Virgil's about to take some dust off his old training gear and bring it out?
Virgil said he gets the edge, and he wants to be heavyweight champion, but Virgil just don't think that.
All right, so it ain't happening because if you ain't got your pappies, motherfucking, you got to have your pappies green light.
Mike didn't.
Who's Mike?
Mikey Garcia. His daddy and his brother was like, nah.
Man, that's the narrative they selling it because it's David versus Goliath, so they got to sell the narrative. Oh my God, we don't want him to do it. We don't believe.
But listen, if you'd done your research and not been up on the roof smoking shit all day, you would know that Eddie Hearn said he is going to be in LA Monday and Tuesday on business.
Oh, Rob adding to the conspiracy theory. Because you know Shelly's in.
Yo, all I'm going to say, God damn, turn that down.
Please turn that down. Oh, my God.
Yo,
turn it all the way down.
It was really suspenseful.
All I'm going to say is this. Fucking Eddie should have been here Saturday, but him and AJ obviously drinking the same pond water.
But AJ's coming too Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. I wouldn't give a fuck. He should be here Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Why would you come
If
Monday
AJ
and
was
Tuesday
there,
and
at
not
least
come
the
Saturday?
number one heavyweight in the world would be at that fight.
I don't think so. How could you be the number one heavyweight? Who'd you beat to be that?
You're not the lineal champ.
I don't think so. I don't think you saw me just throwing out some bait there. It's all good.
No, I want to debate.
Ooh.
That's what this show. This is a Thunderdome,
Shots
baby.
fired, Rob. You
It's
take
just,
the heat.
it's just like the rest of your UK brethren. You guys don't like confrontation.
Rob, turn it down.
Rob, you have to listen to us and turn your sound bites all the way down.
Like
He tried to drown you out.
That bitch on one.
that bitch on one, please, Rob. It's very loud.
Let's
now.
Let's concur that with the chat. Make sure it's not just us, and we have to endure it.
Please, thank
Yes, Khalil Jacqueline theaters are playing this.
We already knew that.
No, he's answering his chat.
Okay.
Could everybody in the chat just let us know if Rob's soundbite was too loud, the last two that played? We just want to make sure we're trying some new hardware, software out for this show, as you can see. And we're still, working through the growing pains. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, wow, do us a favor. 500,000 people watching. 500,000 people watching.
Half a
and
million. That's a big difference.
Nigga, we made it.
Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. But
believe it, conceive it.
Speak it, believe it, receive it. Unfortunately, we need to be having the same amount of thumbs up that we have amount of people watching. Help us out just a bit. But I think it's time to transition to the second topic, which would be Travis Kauffman, Luis Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, obviously what is he? He's obviously Wilder and Showtime and Fox's next option for Wilder if he is to win.
The in-house option, yes.
But
No
what?
bother testing. I got Ortiz by early KO.
Okay.
I like how Mike really didn't set up that info right there. He just jumped into it. Yes, Luis Ortiz, by the way, has said that he has not had any VADA testing up to this fight. Shout out to the VADA Clean Boxing Program, WBC, obviously on top of their shit. Let's be honest.
Neither has Kaufman.
Neither
has Kaufman.
Going in on that press conference, he was pretty amped up. I think he probably had the most highlights at that, besides Jarrett Hurd singing a little bit.
And I just to add to what Ness was saying about the backup, obviously it is. I don't know whether Luis Ortiz should beat Travis Kaufman early or late, but he should knock him out at any point when he wants to. I know Kaufman gave you his dad gave you some shit for saying that Kaufman's a tune-up, but he is. That is the reality.
He was not happy I called this son a tune-up. But shout out to Marshall Kaufman, who says he listens to the show faithfully.
Shout out to you, but I'm sorry, your son's a tune-up, unfortunately.
Why do you say that, though? Because you asked me, Matt was like, yo, why didn't you say, well, tell me how he's not a tune-up? So how is he a tune-up? He did. Did you think he beat Arreola or not?
You can give him the win.
Okay, perfect. No, let's move on. So his only loss, if I'm not, how many losses he got? It should be only one, right? Well, two, because he got robbed to Arreola, and then he lost legitimately to Amir Mansour. But Amir Mansour is also the same dude that took Dominic Brazil life and death if he wouldn't have bit his tongue. But, don't matter because Brazil punched him.
And a guy named Tony Garano like a decade ago. Doesn't really matter. Kaufman, to me, is one of those guys who's a main eventer at a club level.
I just want to throw this in there so you know before you, I don't know. Look, the UK guys, or should I say the UK sheep, because not all UK people think Ortiz is a bum, but the UK sheep are like, who did he beat, right? Kauffman is being trained by Nazeem Richardson.
That's amazing. We've also seen, mediocre fighters be trained by excellent Hall of Fame trainers, and it really doesn't do that much for them. If you're not a great fighter innately, a great trainer is not going to add too much to you.
I don't know. It did wonders for Spicy. I mean, Shane Mosley Jr. didn't look as good as he's ever looked until he got with Nazeem.
But Shane Mosley, I thought, always was a decent prospect.
I don't know.
Anyways,
coming out the bat, he got like 2 losses.
We're going out there. Back to Kaufman and why I think he's a tune-up. He is a club-level headliner. He is a guy that has mediocre boxing skill, mediocre athleticism, decent power. But other than that, he's not anything like Luis Ortiz in terms of boxing skill, lateral movement, footwork, punch power, IQ. Like, Luis Ortiz beats him in every metric.
I'll just say
every
this.
metric he beats him.
I'll just say this. He took it serious at least, Rob. Like, he held training camp in Texas. We all know he's not an elite level, so he's not getting that elite bag, Mike, and he still drove from Philly to Texas for training camp. He's been putting in the miles, according to him. He just yesterday he ran 5 miles. I don't know if that's good. It's a few days out, but whatever. He seems to have taken it seriously, and he knows that this isn't like for him. It's a life-changing fight, right? Like if he beats Luis Ortiz, well, he becomes an option for Wilder.
Or, I mean, obviously a fight away from those guys. He might not get the fight next. But
no, he won't. I think if he beats, I think Wilder would probably take Brazil, who's more known. Then again, I mean, if you don't highlight that Kaufman beat the man that your resume is built off.
Wait. Who is that? Who is Kaufman beat? That's
hypothetically speaking, Kaufman beats.
No, okay,
exactly.
Okay. Yes. All right, I get your point.
You don't want to brush that under the rug because then it's
No, I get what you're saying. I just don't understand it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, obviously, this is a huge upset if it were to happen. If Kaufman were to win, he's immediately in the picture.
What's the fucking betting odds on that one?
Somebody look that up.
Because I'm gonna tell you, he looked. Andre Diacono do this super chat about how did Fury look. I couldn't really tell because Fury, he's 6'9". You know what I mean? So he wears his weight well. And he's been fat, but when I seen him was in 2015, right? I seen him personally. Boom, he was at the Spielka Wilder fight. I got to see him in good shape right off the Vlad win. Then I seen him in Belfast. Also, it was fight time. I walked out to the ring with him, so I've always seen him looking good. Like today, again, it was a couple days from the fight, so he looks good. Now Kaufman, on the other hand, we know Kaufman to be fat.
Yeah, he's a little heavy.
He's never been Fury who got fat and showed us, hey, I could lose the weight. Look at me now, ripping off his shirt on press conference. No, Kaufman's been a fat boy, but he looks good. He looks fucking good.
He's a fucking big fat underdog as well.
How big of an underdog?
He's a plus 1,200.
So $10.
12 to 1.
$12 would be 120 on that. I mean, $10 would be 120. That's not bad. Throw 10 on him. I'm telling you.
It is. I've lost $10, man.
Listen,
you're gonna lose $10. Man.
All right, you think you're gonna lose $10? All right, so let's do what I normally like to do. Right?
Play devil's advocate. How does Kaufman win?
I'm not saying I don't know how he wins, but I'll do this better. Is he not? Is he better than David Allen, who only lasted 7 rounds with Luis Ortiz?
That's highly debatable.
I mean, they're on.
Okay, so how and why?
I'll put it this way: once you get past the top 20 in heavyweight, it's all kind of the same. Like that top 20 to top 50,
Where's
top
Kaufman
60, they're in that range.
Is Kaufman in the 20 or below?
No. I mean, he's probably in the 30s, I would say.
No. Ron, check that out.
I see him like the level below, like a Charles.
Talking to them, fucking give me a nerf. I need a nerf for this guy, because now
be
I
funny.
can hit you.
That'd be funny.
When he's in another fucking state, I can't. Look, yo, right here.
I see Kaufman like the level below Carlos Takium. Like that kind of level.
I mean, but Tackham's been on the fucking
world
level.
No. Carlos Tackham's much better. Carlos Tackham's like a top 15, top 20 heavyweight.
Yeah.
And level
top
level
10,
below,
I think.
He's
not 10?
him.
No, he's not 10. Come on, stop.
Yeah,
They've
level
got
below
Boxer
Carlos
got Kaufman at 60.
God,
60. Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you, Rob. Yeah, like this guy.
Wow.
He way below.
That's
Think about how
where's
much,
David Allen at? David Allen might be ranked above him right now.
think about how much better like a Dominic Brazil is
Allen's
than a Kaufman.
47.
Think about it.
But that's what I'm saying. How much better is
A lot.
Dominic Brazil when he
Levels.
struggled with Amir, the same guy that Kaufman holds a loss to?
Amir Mansour just
But
might
it
be
was
a spoiler.
Amir
Amir Mansour might just be a spoiler.
Yeah, but Kaufman versus Mansour was a tight fight.
Of course it was.
Have Bogdan Dinu above Kaufman.
Okay, so that's actually a good barometer because we were saying, oh damn, 60, and we're thinking to ourselves. I know I immediately thought, damn, fucking Luis Ortiz fighting a 60 ranked fighter, but hey, so did Big Baby a week ago.
Yeah.
Let me throw a monkey wrench though, and obviously it's because he has a very very premature record. But F.A. Jabba is 58.
Damn, nigga, F.A. already a little better than him.
Let me double check of it.
That's boxer right there. F.A. looks good. Travis Kaufman looks like shit. He's gonna get that high star rating.
I've been telling Ness about F.A. since I've been on the show.
F.A. 58.
They have David Price
Bruh,
at 70.
big deal. He got 4 fights,
no,
5
no,
fights.
Ron, not David Price. David Allen.
No, I know. You said David
okay.
Allen. Now I'm saying David Price.
Wait. What was David Allen's? I didn't hear
47.
you say. Oh, 47.
David Allen's 47.
That makes sense.
Dubois is 46.
That all makes sense to me. All those guys are in the same rank.
Yeah.
Same range to me.
Joe Joyce 40.
So all right.
That's a little bit low. That's a little bit low.
So picks around Joe Joyce is 40.
That's a little low.
Damn, that's why he want that rankings jump. I spoke to Joe Joyce too. Wow,
That's 40.
he's big, bro. He's big. Good posture too. Slim.
Good posture.
Yeah. All that's important.
That key factor for fighting.
got a good
Posture.
Yo.
Got a good back pause. Pause.
Back straight,
Yeah, what's
Yo,
up? Y'all
come
don't
on.
want talking about backs. I said fucking posture. Y'all bugging.
Nathan Corman is 32.
So all right. So what are we doing? I'm picking Luis Ortiz by decision.
Knockout round 5.
Knockout round 1.
Yeah, Ortiz.
Knockout 3 or 4.
Yeah. Decision. Damn, he got you shook. Kaufman's dad got you shook, man.
Well, yeah.
Jesus.
I'm listening to your ass right now.
Yo, he just texted.
Yo, he's calling you.
He's texting right now. Nah.
All right, we got Jerry Hurd and Jason
Oh,
Welborn.
microphone, Mike.
Talk into the mic.
Jerry
man.
Hurd and Jason Welborn.
Real quick, we're gonna go to the super chats.
Jason who?
We got a super chat from Pound for Pound Boxing Channel. Salute. We gotta link up. I land tomorrow at 12 for sure.
Smoke one.
Yeah, let's do it. Yo, don't buy me no biz, man. Buy me all weed. I don't want nobody coming up to me talking about, yo, let's get a drink.
$2 and a blunt is like 15.
Nah, but don't take me out for no drink because we going to drink more than motherfucking one. So just get me a joint. But next topic is Joe Joyce.
Nope. Jarrett Hurd, Jason Welborn.
I actually put Hurd and Welborn last.
I see
Yeah.
Damn, the
I
disrespect.
see a second on the thing.
No, you don't see a second on
the size difference to last.
What you looking at?
YouTube.
All right. Is it on the picture? It ain't on that thumbnail.
It's on the
What you
fucking
watching on
description.
YouTube,
Well,
Mike? How to use the
anyways.
microphone?
Description.
Anyways, Ness.
Yeah, whatever.
Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce.
Jared Washington.
It's interesting, Joe Joyce, because that article came out yesterday or today about him wanting Luis Ortiz. So that it was perfect timing for me. Not only does he want Luis Ortiz, but he wants Big Baby. And I always read these articles, and it's like, I'll see his body language when I talk to him. He wants these guys.
Yeah.
But guess
we've been
what?
saying that.
No.
We all have been saying Joe Joyce wants to smoke.
But he don't want the smoke.
Oh, my God.
My interview's coming out. He don't want the smoke.
Not all the smoke.
He don't want all of it.
But he wants some.
He wants some. Yeah, he
smoke.
want that
He
big.
wants
He want that Big Baby smoke. But that's all. That also might be smoke.
That is smoke.
No. Because my smoke got a double meaning, right? Because I'm from East Coast, right? So that might be a smoke screen. Like, yeah, we want Big Baby, but Big Baby is over there on the zone. But I'm just playing devil's advocate because I talked to Richard Shaver. Joe Joyce is free to go wherever he wants for the biggest fight. He ain't got no ties to Showtime.
Conspiracy theory, just to wrap it all together to the Wilder AJ fight in April, potentially. Joe Joyce can be on the undercard.
With Big Baby.
With Big Baby.
Ooh, that's a nice fight.
That's a nice fight.
I'm just saying,
but that's too big of a fight.
Matchroom.
No,
PBC, hire me.
Matt. That's too big of a fight. You know, Eddie greedy ass ain't doing Big Baby. That's his own main event.
What about Usyk and Dillian White on main event?
But the problem with
that's his own main event too. You're probably right.
What big names are really going to take Joe Joyce right now?
I mean, the money got to be right because I spoke to Judge Joyce, right? And Joyce was like, thinking that I'm like, yo, was the money right? Because Big Baby, he said like he will fight you. It's just you. He was like, yeah, maybe the money wasn't right.
I don't know. I just can't see. We done a show on it before when Joyce beat whoever it was. I can't remember, and then he called out Miller, and we were like, oh shit, who is it? And it's just no reward. It's I guess they got everything to lose, and
Who's got everything to lose, Rob? Why you sound like your energy's so low?
It's midnight.
Oh, maybe people were late for some reason, and I'm a bit tired.
Or maybe you just
I'm
settling
saying,
in.
I just don't feel.
You're settling into the mood that you're going to be in on Saturday. That's all you're doing. You're preparing yourself for Saturday.
What, to get my pick right?
No.
To get my pick right? Yes.
To sound sad. Wear black.
Wear black.
That's why I'm wearing it.
I thought you said.
I thought you said be black. I was like,
damn, you black? Now I thought you from DR.
I said wear black. That's why I'm wearing it. Saturday, be a lot of tears.
Oh, like a funeral.
I mean,
So
you was talking about carrying caskets. I'm just following your theme.
I wasn't talking about it.
Somebody chatted about it.
The chat was.
Hey.
But
So
who the fuck is Joe Hanks, though? Who is Joe Hanks?
Hanks is a Newark, New Jersey heavyweight that lost to Andy Ruiz.
And Derek Rosie.
And isn't on that level. So,
Derek Roxas, too.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what Joyce has if he's supposed to win, and he will win. This is about how he wins.
Because Andy stopped him. TKO.
There you go.
Let's be honest here. All A sides are probably winning on this card.
Let's also say that there are 24 people on this card.
Damn.
That's a lot of fucking people.
12 fights.
12 fights.
Ain't bad.
12 fights. So if you're in the building, get here early to LA.
I'm going to see.
There are a lot of fights.
I want to see Marsellos and Yarde live. Then I'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those fights are not being televised or shown. You have to remember that. Showtime doesn't show all their undercard.
Mike, push the mic by your mouth.
He's fucking dog. He's like,
I'm here with them, bro. I'm talking to them. My bad.
So now you're gonna ignore Ron and Rob? Like I'm here with them. I ain't with y'all.
Yeah.
Damn, Mike.
Damn.
It's not like anyone's listening, right?
What's going on with that though?
With what?
Why y'all say it like that?
Like what?
Like a joke.
I'm here with them and not with
You
y'all?
just said I'm here with them, y'all. I'm here with them.
I feel like it's like the energy in the room.
Same room as me, but forget the people on YouTube.
Somebody play the emotional sound.
I don't even know what Mike talking about.
Me either.
Super chat from Dwayne B. He says, if Wilder gets a quick KO in devastating fashion, does that make AJ wait even longer to make the fight with Wilder? Wilder by KO, 10th round.
If he does, no, I don't think that's going to be a significant issue with the fight. No.
Not at all.
Like, Wilder should get a knockout. Like, I think everyone sort of knows that. AJ knows that. When it happens, we aren't going to be surprised. It'll be exciting, but not surprising.
Shout out to Bo and Bama. There's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. Hashtag blackout. Hashtag squad up. Super chat from Bo and Bama.
That is true. Fury does like to sing after he gets a victory, right?
That's OG Biggie, man.
Quickly, just to wrap up the Joe Joyce,
because singing the upper room.
We're all agreeing Joe Joyce wins and beats Joe Hanks, who most of us have never seen or heard of, and that would be the end of it, right? Like,
yeah.
He's going to get knocked out at some point in the 10 rounds.
Yeah, then I'm going to hear from Joe Hanks' father say, yeah, I heard you say my son was just going to get knocked out.
And you can say, no, that was Matt.
Hunter.
That was that motherfucker. Here's his number. Here's his address. Go deal with him.
Also say, but we were right.
Jackets' Truth says, why don't we just tape the mic to Mike's mouth?
What was that? I didn't hear you.
Why don't we just tape Mike's mouth?
Fucking Rob with his one-liners.
Let's move to Jarrett Hurd.
Yo, we need those signs. They'd be like, you should be here.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Mike, I do have a problem with mics when your name is Mike.
I know. How is that?
Damn, that's a double entendre.
Really,
that's a bar right there. There's a bar in there.
I really wish I had the sign right now for Ron and Rob. Like, you should be here. Fucking up the whole studio flow.
Hey, but Jarrett Hurd and Jason Welborn.
It ain't me fucking up the studio flow
Yo,
right now.
Jason Welborn and Jarrett Hurd. I mean,
I was impressed by Jason Welborn's last fight with Tommy Langford. I thought Tommy Langford was a decent fighter. He was knocked out by what's the guy's name? Kurzise, who got the racketeering.
Yep.
And he lost to Jason Welborn. But I always thought that Tommy was a pretty good fighter, maybe decent level. But
barometer. He's a barometer guy.
And Jason went out there and put it on him. So.
And back-to-back fights, he beat him twice.
Well, with that being said, Hurd is a fucking animal, different beast, and I just think that he will get the stoppage.
On top of that, the one real step up that Welborn has against Liam Smith, he got knocked out viciously. So if Liam Smith, who has decent power, respectable power, but definitely not that knockout power that Jarrett Hurd possesses, what's Jarrett Hurd going to do to this guy? And even though Jarrett Hurd off the comeback, off of obviously the injury and surgery, I see this being a maybe 8-round affair where obviously Jarrett Hurd is a slow starter as well. He's going to get some rounds in him. But eventually Jarrett Hurd's going to be like the fucking tsunami that he is and just be too much for Welborn and get him out of there.
Yeah, I think it's a horrible fight for Welborn, let's be honest. He's only got 7 knockouts himself, so I don't know.
I mean, are we giving Jarrett Hurd any credit for defending his title on a tune-up coming off of surgery and injury? Or does it not matter?
Yeah,
No.
He had an option to like have a non-title defense or fight, and he chose to put his belts on the line, as he should.
I think he's in the same boat as Keith Thurman. Come off an injury, need a tune-up, then get back at it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, for those that don't know, is obviously coming off of a tune-up, sanctioning bodies give you the opportunity, like Ron just mentioned, and you obviously didn't listen, to have a non-title bout. He's putting his titles on the line coming off an injury. Like you're not sure you're 100%.
That's what champions do, though. Keith Thurman's doing.
All right, and my question initially was, are we not giving him credit?
No, because I think the market and industry standard is that fighters, even off the tune-up and off the comeback, they take that tune-up and they still defend the title. You know why? Because we accept the Jason Welborns and the Josito Lopez's, even with it being a title fight. Like that stigma is not there. So, no, does he get credit for it? No, because he's still fighting a tune-up. It's still a tune-up. Like, the competition matters more than anything. And it's still a respectable opponent, in my opinion, off of that surgery. Shoulder surgeries are no joke, especially in boxing. And his comeback was quick. It was maybe, 6-9 months, if that, it felt like. This is a quick comeback from that injury. And Welborn has been in there with some guys. I think this is completely acceptable. Does he get credit for it? No, but that's not really the fight that you're trying to get credit for. It's just a fight trying to get back into the routine of things.
You're saying he's just doing it just because he's that confident and just whatever. It's just a safe face.
No, it's not even that. It's just like, who do you know in recent memory that's coming off a layoff or injury or surgery or whatever and actually take up the sanctioning body on that option? Actually have a non-title fight and not put the belt on the line. No one does that.
I don't know. I think we need to maybe research it. I feel like so many people don't take that 5 minutes that they're given when they're fouled, that maybe there's a lot of people that don't take that's
what I'm saying. Thank you, Ness. Thank you for actually adding evidence to my theory. Thank you.
Yo,
but none of us can think of
that was
a fighter that did
definitely
that.
a moment right there.
Though, man, real quick.
Wow.
Man.
That's the weed, and you even smoked that much.
Yo, as I spoke, I'm like, oh, wait.
You realizing halfway through it, like,
I'm saying
damn.
exactly what he's saying.
Does Jarrett Hurd keep that same energy that he had when he said the Charlos are mentally, Jamel is mentally defeated? Because Jamel said, hey, I'm pulling up to the fight. Keep that same energy. So when he wins, does he keep that same energy?
Yes.
Okay.
Jarrett Hurd seems like he's with the shits. Like, he's a cool guy. Like, he's one of those guys that's really chill, but if you press him, he's going to press
He's
back.
definitely a cool guy. Dude
Yeah.
has mad personality. He be singing, he be rapping, he be fucking dancing like he Michael, dressing up like Michael on Halloween. Like, he's doing his thing. Listen, let me get to some super chats here. We got one from Miko. He says, yo, Rob, AJ versus Fury, who wins? P.S. I ain't saying Fury going to beat Wilder.
Rob, that was a question to you.
I would pick Joshua.
Shocker.
In the fight.
Real surprising there.
All right, well, you should have answered for me then.
Salty Rob.
Rob ain't playing tonight.
He is
Call
not.
him Table Salt Rob.
That nigga Rob feeling like I'm feeling. Was it Saturday? or
But
Sunday?
you know why? I told you guys this, man. I told you he was going to be this way because, it's.
Hold on, Ness. I know you're just
It's not
tagging.
about AJ.
I know you're just trolling Rob. Hold on. Let's actually just run through this card because
can't
we
see
do
that.
have the Don Stevenson fight to get to and callers. So obviously Chris Arreola's on the card. Julian Williams on the card.
Nah, I'm joking.
They're all winning, right? Like we don't really need to discuss it in depth. I think we can all just say they're
Run
winning.
down the names. Just
Anthony
so that
Yarde
what's not
and
being
Marsellos
shown.
Wilder.
Alfredo
Watch out for those
Angulo
guys.
is winning. I mean, most likely he's facing a guy that's 26-30.
Who is?
Alfredo Angulo.
Okay.
So I mean, he's most
Come
likely
back,
going to win.
come back, come
I
back.
thought he was fighting Chavez.
Chavez pulled out.
Let the fans know.
No, I know. Matt didn't do that
They're watching the shows. They know.
Why is Wilder's brother the B-side?
The B side.
because he's not the A side. Who is he? He's a guy with no amateur background, and he's just a fighter's brother. So he's got to build his name, and that's what I like about him. He knows it, and that's what he's trying to do.
He's got more wins than the guy he's fighting already.
Wait, hold on. What are you basing A side off of? BoxRec?
Yeah, he's just looking at left and right.
Yeah, that doesn't mean A side B side.
Wow, the hate runs deep with Rob. It's so like his hate is so thick that he's already hating on another Wilder.
I love
who's
Rob,
a
though.
novice.
That is.
I love it, man. Rob is so consistent, though.
He is.
consistent.
The consistency
Let
is key,
him.
man. Consistency
Let
is
him,
key.
because all that consistency is gonna come fucking stumbling down on top of his ass once these fucking
on top of my ass.
hype
What
jobs.
Top of your ass.
Hype jobs are all done.
I ain't got no junk in my
V5
trunk.
phone
How
number.
he's landing on top of my ass.
What the fuck was that?
Yo,
Let's get to the Don Stevenson fight.
who is that?
Ooh, Adonis.
Old man Stevenson.
This is the best fight of the weekend, arguably. Honestly.
This
Come
is
on,
actually this is actually the fight that
in
my
terms of
book.
competitiveness, like this is a 50-50 fight close.
Yeah,
to
but
it.
this is the fight my bookie said you can make money on.
Bruh.
I don't know who you booked.
Don't
is.
listen to it. I'm sorry. Last time I seen this guy,
Yo,
Gvozdyk fight-
Adonis by knockout.
Okay.
Remember I said it.
Okay, me too. Me too.
Remember I fucking
Me too.
said it. My bookie said it. He meant it. I said it. Put
This
your
guy,
money on knockout.
this guy-
Adonis.
this
Think
guy-
he old if you want.
This guy, Gvozdyk, was on Top Ranks card, and he fought a guy named Salidi Amir coming up from 168. And the way the way Tim Bradley and
Company man.
They were like, hey, and he's gonna knock him out. He's got all this power. The guy went 12 rounds with a guy moving up. So I thought
Well,
I got
understand
winning by
why.
knockout.
He's part of that Lomachenko Usyk family, and they're comparing him. And based off their success,
there was
that's
a
what they're
Cuban
doing.
named Franco that came in the same class as Gamboa and Rigondeaux. That shit don't mean nothing, dog. Just because you associated don't mean you got them skills. He can hang out with Lomachenko. He can hang out with Lomachenko or Usyk all he want. He ain't Usyk or Lomachenko.
I think if you let Ron finish, which you didn't, he would probably have gone on and said, "This guy's a poor man's version of those two men." And even though he tried,
I think you guys need to learn how to get your point across quicker. Like, boom, be sharp with it.
hey, you and Mike are king of cutting off.
You guys are you guys build up. It's like, yo, I'm gonna fall asleep with these stories.
Oh my God, relax.
Oh my God.
Just chill. Drink some Coke. You're good.
Yo, why you let the world know what that is? They thought it was coffee.
Whoa.
Yo,
Coca-Cola, guys, come on.
What you mean? It's a Wilder Fury show. Do some fucking coke.
But anyways,
Hey, see, you're saying Fury's a drug addict. See,
Good point.
I didn't say he's I didn't say he's an addict. I said he's a user. If anything, I insinuated using. I said it's a Wilder Fury show. Do some fucking coke.
And I believe the words drug and addict were never actually used.
No,
in
they
that
weren't.
sentence,
But
it's okay.
the sheep would add.
The sheep is you. I think Gvozdyk. Hold on, Ron. I think Gvozdyk does some things that are good. Like he has a good jab. He has good lateral movement. He has awful head movement though. He does like the raking of the guard like Loma and Usyk does on a poor man's version. That's my mic that you just muted. Are you sure? Yes, it is. And I would say Gvozdyk does it in such a poor version. Like he's less athletic than those two men. He's less quick to the draw as those two men. Plus, he is so much more susceptible to getting hit than those two guys. His lack of head movement, his lack of total defensive acumen, I think, will allow him to probably get hit at will against a guy like Adonis Stevenson, who may not be the most active guy, but he definitely is a sharpshooter with that left hand. I expect a knockout late. Gvozdyk is a pretty tough, durable guy from what I've seen, but I see Gvozdyk just getting hit with too many shots before he actually mounts up any sort of significant offense and sort of swings the momentum on his side.
Now he did. Now I'm not saying this is going to be a factor, but he did recruit Teddy Atlas. This is his magical plan. He has Teddy Atlas now in his corner for this particular fight.
Who?
Gvozdyk.
Gvozdyk.
Hey, remember Teddy? You're in the fire, okay? You're in the fire.
Yeah.
You're a firefighter. You're a firefighter, okay? Come on. You cannot disrespect Teddy.
Motivational speeches, man, in the corner.
Teddy Schmetty, B.
He's more entertaining than the fighter.
Doggy, Teddy's highlight is what?
You're a firefighter.
Chilling with Tyson and, a little stint he did with Povetkin. I mean, he actually was doing Povetkin well.
Yeah, he was.
But we all know, he separated himself. He separated himself.
You got the Michael Moore over the Vander Holyfield spill.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, true. I did mute that over there.
No, you didn't.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Your number, you keep telling me you're 5. Are you 5 or 4?
I misread the buttons. Relax, Ness.
But are you 5 or 4?
I am 5. No, I'm 5.
You sure?
Yes, because you can hear me.
I can always hear you because the PFL can.
But Ron's answering to me.
Oh, no. Well, I was going to
not.
say the sad thing.
He didn't answer to
the
you.
light heavyweight division.
But I didn't ask him a question.
Ron, did you answer to Matt? Can you hear Matt?
What's the question?
There was no question.
Do you hear him?
Yes.
All right.
I told you.
I'm going to stab all of you.
No, you're not.
Throw me that knife.
Yo, I'm scared.
I know, right? Ness is like, come on, man, get to the point.
Mike, keep the knife on you, okay? We can't trust Ness with it.
I don't know what the fuck Mike is over there on the other side of the room trying to tell us when we got headphones and a mic on talking to y'all. But he's over there like this. Yo.
Mad eccentric and everything. Mad arm waving.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we got to get to the rest, right?
No. Ron has to talk about Gvozdyk and Stevenson.
No. This is all I'm going to say. Adonis Stevenson's been the light heavyweight lineal champion since 2013, since Chad Dawson. That means Kovalev and all those guys have never been the light heavyweight.
Yeah, but I think the boxing world didn't care about that. I think the boxing world was more like Kovalev's the real champ because Adonis chose to change networks. Kind of like AJ. They called Adonis a ducker when he went from HBO to Showtime.
Adonis Chickenson.
Yeah. They don't – I mean, it's never – there's always a double standard. It's never even.
Well, and plus, I mean, that was in a time where Adonis was fighting really subpar competition. Andre Ward-Serry Kovalev seemed like the best fight in the division at the time. Like, that's sort of the narrative.
I think it was more than that because, remember, they had negotiations. He left in the middle of them.
No, I'm understanding that. I'm just adding to it. Like, it's also on top of that, Stevenson wasn't fighting the best guys. Kovalev was fighting Ward. That added to it. And on top of that, I think that's changed now. Like, in 2018, he's the man. Like, Stevenson's back to being the guy.
I don't know about that.
Come on, people don't look at Bivol and Better Beef as the guy like
they
did
Kovalev. They don't look at Bivol and Better Beef as the guy, but they look at Bivol, Better Beef,
as heirs.
Aldalil Alvarez as the new guys, like
as the heirs.
Adonis is just the guy they talk about.
I still think Adonis, even in the Badou Jack draw, which I thought he won, he showed enough, I think, to most hardcores that we think that he's still the best guy in the division. Bivol, I think, even though he's great, even Better Beef, I think he's entertaining. These guys are not at that level yet.
But I've been doing a lot of interviews.
That's what I was going to say. Like, is this going to be like his last fight or two? Like,
he's probably close to retirement, but I would say another 3 or 4, maybe 5 fights. He's still a guy that relatively doesn't fight that often. When he does fight, he doesn't really take that much damage, usually speaking. And plus, because his entire game plan is based off of sniping with that power shot with his left hand, he doesn't need his cardio as much, athleticism as much. That's, I think, very innately built in him is that timing with that left hand and the power behind it.
I've been doing a lot of different interviews, and a lot of different people see Badou Jack as being the best 175 around right now.
That's because a lot of people thought he beat Adonis Stevenson.
I don't think that. I don't think Badou beat him.
I thought the draw was good.
I agree with that. But again, I would say that the paradigm Stevenson was in as being the guy that everyone forgot 3 or 4 years ago is different. Stevenson's, I think, more of a important, relevant piece in the light heavyweight division, even though his title hasn't changed, he hasn't lost, but he is definitely more relevant now than 3 years ago.
All right, what else is on the docket?
on that card is basically no one. So we can just move on.
No, I mean, as far as us, we got to remind everybody that is interested, Chris Algieri will be fighting this weekend versus Angel Hernandez on a tune-up comeback fight, $14.99 pay-per-view on Fight TV.
$14.99?
Yeah, it's a Fight TV app.
Well, they tripping.
That's FITE.
Oh,
yeah, that is FITE.
They are great guys, though. Shout out to Fight TV. They're great people, but I mean,
my boy Jeff Horn is back in Australia fighting, ain't he?
An old guy that's probably
he's fighting Anthony Mundine. I think Mundine is legit 40-something, but looks a little older.
Let me ask you,
what was his best fight? The Sugar Shane Mosley?
His facial skin looks more wrinkled, and he looks older than Luis Ortiz, to be honest.
Okay. Yes.
But why is nobody fighting like Jeff Horn? Like, none of the top welterweights are calling out Jeff Horn.
He's taking a tune-up.
I know, but after this fight, do you think Jeff deserves a
relevant piece in the division? Yes.
Of course he does.
Yes.
Yo, Crawford, like, give him a break, man.
I mean, wait, after this fight, does he deserve a piece in the division? Hell no. He's fighting fucking Mundine for no reason.
Well, hold on. You don't think you can get like a Lamont Peterson fight next? Like, that's completely irrelevant.
I mean, the only way he deserves a legit welterweight fight is if that legit welterweight plucks him.
Oh, and on top of that,
would Danny pluck him?
Anonymous source.
I don't know, but that's the only way I would accept it.
I'm breaking news. Anonymous source. I don't want to give it away, but anonymous source, Jeff Horn is not tied to Top Rank at all anymore. So if he comes back to the U.S., he can fight for anyone.
I mean, if I was him, I wouldn't. If I was him, I wouldn't re-sign a Top Rank either. Okay, let me just tell the world I got $500 to fight Manny Pacquiao. And I mean $500,000, and then I got $1 million to get my ass kicked by Terrence Crawford. Yeah, Top Rank sounds like some scumbags.
I mean, he got like 80,000 for like a previous high or something like that. Like,
brother, you fought Manny Pacquiao in your hometown in front of 50,000 people, and Top Rank gave you $500,000.
But he was a B-side.
Yo, check him out, yo. Just because I'm gonna put you on camera because of that. Look at the way you look, bro. I can't believe your Crawford fucking Top Rank love is insane.
No. It's not that, bro. He agreed to it. At least he didn't do a fucking Curtis Harper.
Mike, you fought Manny, and that's cool.
That's cool. Manny the A-side,
no, listen, and that's cool. That's what I'm saying. Listen to me. That's cool. That was the step up, right? Like, you needed that for the world to see, but then you upset Manny. Your pay grade should not just double.
But Ness,
because especially when you're going in there versus a pound for pound dude, like you being served up. You telling me you only giving me a $500,000 bump?
Well, Ness, let's be honest.
It was mandatory.
Even with the win over Pacquiao, he was still the B-side to Crawford. Let's not get twisted. On top of that, people like you and others discredit that win over Pacquiao. From that point to now,
and he
that's why he didn't get paid.
He took a fight before Crawford, though. At that,
Doggy, let me tell you something. You are just being Top Rank. Because let me tell you, let me just talk. Listen, him.
Okay.
Because
if to a contract,
if you win a belt, right, the smart thing for your promoter to do is give you that tune-up. You know,
and what you got?
He got one.
He didn't really get that. He got the Cochran fight in the UK. He ain't get the come back to Australia fight. He wanted the Mundine, and because Bob Arum had plans for his fucking belt, he shut down the Mundine fight, which is a bigger money fight than the Crawford fight. He making more money for
Crawford was mandatory.
Cut me the fuck off.
He was mandatory.
Man, you know what the fuck you got to do as my promoter? Treat me like an A-side. Pay him some step-aside money.
I'm not the promoter.
No, you know, because you... And that's all I'm trying to show, bro. I'm trying to show you that they shitted on Jeff fucking Horn.
It's business.
Yeah, you throwing your shoulders up because Bob Arum is your man's promoter.
He don't have to agree to it, though.
Mike.
Man, you whack, bro.
Back to you, motherfucker.
You whack.
Wait, if it's a mandatory, then he might have to, or his title gets stripped. On top of that, business happens, but there's...
He ain't got to.
Hold on.
Wilder was going motherfucking pay step-aside money. They could have paid step-aside money to Crawford. They could have offered Crawford just like they offered Postal numerous fights when Danny wasn't fighting him, and he was the mandatory.
What did Earl say?
What did he say?
I don't want no fucking step-aside money.
They ain't got nothing to do with Jeff fucking Horn.
If you think Crawford going to take some fucking step-aside money for a damn belt? Please.
Hold on,
please,
quickly.
Bro.
Hold on, Mike.
You sound crazy.
No, the one that sound crazy is you not realizing Top Rank shitted on Jeff Horn.
They did.
All right, well,
Big
say
deal.
that. Say that.
I did.
Nah, you saying other stuff.
All right.
Yo, how much money did Maurice Hooker get?
Bro, why you fucking
One
freeze?
point
Why
something.
am I frozen, nigga?
You ain't frozen. Your face just fucking not moving.
Got me all frozen and shit.
You're not frozen. You're good. Don't worry. It's your computer.
I know.
But on top of that,
Fucking over here with that shit. Use the Mac on the other side.
back to Jeff Horn, Mundine now. No one I would say on this panel is probably picking Mundine, right? I mean,
No.
But
Medine was trying to chokeslam Jeff Horn.
He
I
did
did
choke
see
him
that.
at. He
Yo.
did choke him at the weigh-in. That's
the
crazy.
Mayweather Ortiz shit, I liked it.
Yo, but that barely made the show. So how relevant is Mundine?
Well, it might be relevant over there in Australia. This is big in Australia.
Yeah, that is big over there.
So and on top of that, or
Because
away
those
from
are
that,
the only two fighters they've ever had in their life.
of course, away from that though, hold on.
Mundine's been fighting for like 50 years.
Since we all think Jeff Horn's gonna win this fight, and there's really no reason to break it down in depthly, who do you want to see? Name one guy that you want to see Jeff Horn face next, and go around the panel.
Danny Garcia.
Danny
since,
Garcia.
Since Mike brought it up,
Danny.
and you know why Mike? You know why Mike bias ass, hidden agenda ass, bringing it up, right? So he can have a common opponent with Crawford.
Of course.
Wasn't Danny want that too? If Crawford stopped him and I stop him, okay, yeah, we'll fight Crawford. But if I go 12 with Jeff,
Yeah, but you know why you saying Jeff and Danny? Because you want to see Danny and Crawford.
Well,
you don't want to see Keith and Crawford. You don't want to see Earl and Crawford. You know. You know.
Give me Jeff and Sean Porter. Perfect matchup. Fucking bulls going at it.
I think none of those guys are fighting.
Jeff ain't no
Jeff
fucking
Horn.
bull. You wish he was a bull.
Ron?
His
I
fighting
would
style
say
is
if
bullish.
Adrian Broner loses the man pack,
Hold on, guys. You guys talking over Ron. Mike, come on.
Ron ain't got no energy. We can't hear his ass.
Man, with this
What
bullshit
do you
every
mean?
fucking
I'm
day,
just
bro.
get screamed over. You guys
that's-
right next to each other.
I'm sorry, Ron.
Look,
I'm
if
sorry.
Adrian Broner loses to Manny Pacquiao, I would say Jeff Horn and Adrian Broner.
What?
That would be fun. It'd be funny to watch that fight.
I wouldn't mind Adrian Broner.
Man, he might fuck Adrian
Sean Porter and Jeff
Adrian
Horn, like
Broner
Jeff Horn.
and Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn let his hands go way too much for.
he might fuck baby.
I mentioned
But
Lamont
I want
Peterson.
entertainment. That's why I said.
I mentioned Lamont Peterson. I really like that fight for Jeff Horn.
Josh Kelly. Fuck it.
Ooh. I know. I like that. I like that.
Nice. That's nice.
Josh Kelly get his ass fucked up.
Yo, come on. Kelly's gonna
All of a
style on
sudden,
that boy.
yo, if Josh Kelly fight, what's his name, Jeff Horn, all of a sudden that Pacquiao win was real in my book. Yo, he whooped Pacquiao ass. Ain't no way. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Y'all crazy, man.
What else is on the docket, guys? We got to get through this. It is 5:50. That means,
Floyd Mayweather.
damn.
Floyd Mayweather. What?
We started at 4? Shit, we got to open
Well,
up
we
these
started
phones.
late. We started, remember, like
Hey, hold on,
4:30.
bro. What is this?
Don't
Floyd
nobody care about that shit. You would
nah,
bring
we
it
don't
up.
care.
I didn't even know.
You would.
You would.
You love it.
All right. Call us,
Nah,
please.
nah, you brought his name up. Now you got to
Call
say
us,
it.
please. Yes.
You brought
Call
his
us.
name up. You got to
Okay,
say it now.
Rob probably know, or Ron probably know more than me.
Ron the one put that shit in there.
Ron G.
Hey, I just put it in there, man. Why you put on me? You the cryptocurrency king, man.
But
You
like, what's
should
it
know
about,
about
though?
this, man.
What is it about?
Oh, that is true. Crypto
about?
King.
I didn't know what it's about, though.
Do some research then. What were you doing all day?
On a fucking plane.
Doing what?
They getting lost in Santa Monica.
Huh?
Sleeping. Sleep on the plane.
Why did you bring it
Doing
up, Mike,
what?
if you don't know what it's
Nah,
about?
you was on a plane.
Floyd May,
Flying to LA to get your fucking hustle on because you a grinder, and as soon as you got here, you didn't get to do nothing but jump on the show. The world need to know.
Because he got lost, okay? He
Matter
got
of fact,
lost
we
in
gotta
Santa
put you.
Monica.
You know what? We ain't put you on a story yet because we using that as a camera, but we'll be get you there.
Don't worry about it.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm just running fast. Floyd Mayweather was in some cryptocurrency business, which ended up being potential fraud. DJ Khaled was also involved, I guess, somehow.
Damn.
But at this point, they settled out in court. He had to pay $300,000 plus give up $300,000 assets. and
He's making $88 million in New Year's
Yeah,
Eve.
come on,
He's
Ron.
good. He's good.
I can't believe that. That's gonna be a weird New Year's Eve for me watching boxing when the ball drops.
And at like 4 a.m.
No, that fight would be on like before that.
Oh, when we wake up?
Yeah.
No, because it might be the day before for us. So it might be like we wake up New Year's
Whatever.
Eve
It's
day. It
only
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's only a 3
We'll
round.
find it
it
out.
was in the
It's only
daytime.
it's only a 3
right?
round shishkabition.
I don't know.
can't believe
I'm
you're
not
gonna watch
watching it, so you guys can have fun.
You lying like a motherfucker.
You gonna pay for that?
pay?
Watch
the
that,
fuck?
really?
Or Robert.
So you're gonna hit it up Switchwork Brew and get that
I
link?
thought they said it
I'm
wasn't
pretty
paid.
sure that's gonna be like a playback on YouTube, bro.
Oh, so you think like you're not gonna watch it live then?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay. Then okay. No.
Not unless it's on DAZN or ESPN3. If it ain't on one of the apps I already got, they fucked. They better get a deal.
I watched some highlights on IG. a couple of days later.
Yeah, I mean, on IG, the fucking whole fight will be there in a minute.
So real.
Yeah, one flying knee kick from Shinji, and that's it.
There is a Matchroom Italy card this weekend, but I mean, no one knows the names fighting, and no one cares.
They're all Italian?
Most of them are, yeah.
Holy shit, so they opened up Matchroom in Italy and already got fighters. I thought they would have at least announced them, motherfuckers.
They did, but I mean, it's an Italy thing. So like, they're not trying to make us know these guys.
Yeah, I mean,
why not? It's on the zone, ain't it?
We can't speak Italian.
Because just like how like Jeff Horn and Mundine are gonna make millions in Australia, and we won't care. Different markets for
but
different
that's
fights.
not true. You see, you just
and
said
Inoue is fighting in Japan all the time, and we don't care.
Wait a minute, we just talked about Jeff Horn. We just talked about Jeff Horn and Mundine. So, and I'm gonna watch it. Everybody in this room has talked about watching it.
But Ness, every Australian outlet, that's the first thing they mention. You see what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. I hear you.
There's just a difference.
Listen, I hear you. All I'm saying, we don't have to keep arguing. It's not an argument. I'm just saying, as a DAZN consumer, I would have liked to know about these Italians that it's now going to be on my DAZN boxing.
Can you speak?
Como se dice?
Okay.
What the fuck do I need to know Italian for? They can't have an interpreter the way that they got for Spanish dudes all day?
I mean, I probably don't want to spend that money.
Yo, Azteca TV and ESPN Deportes, they fly in Abner Mares to talk Spanish for the American fights.
Yo, let's go to callers.
When did you care about these fucking prospects?
Thank you, Mike. Oh my God. Yo, just because it's on the zone, you care?
No, it's not because it's on the zone I care. My motto has always been, if I could watch him, I'll watch him.
That's not his motto. He changed it. He changed it.
No.
It's not if I could watch it. It's if I have to.
Remember.
If I had. Look at you smile. Stop. Fam, we got you.
All the UK stuff.
No, change the camera. They can't see us. Yo, you fucking bastard.
No, listen. What I'm saying.
Hiding.
No, what I'm saying. Listen, what I'm
saying.
saying.
Ones.
No. You gonna let me talk?
Yes.
Change the camera, homie.
So what I'm saying okay, soundbites time. You guys done? Basically, in the past, we had to seek out links. So a Matchroom Italy, I'm not even gonna fucking care. But now it is on the zone. I just would want a little more awareness. All I'm asking for is a notification on my app. Bling. I didn't even know. Where's the press conference?
Quickly, because I don't have notifications for the zone activated.
And I opened the app today. I was with Akim Barak, and they wanted me to see a specific interview they did. So I opened the app. I didn't even see shit about Italy.
It's actually tomorrow. The fights are tomorrow.
Okay, so I still should see something on my app. But whatever. I guess the zone can do no wrong. You can't even talk bad about them out here.
Well, I just think it's a product not for you. It's a product not for you.
I didn't hear you because Rob was talking over you defending the zone.
It's a product not for you. Just like Combatants Americas and Bellator cards. Like, those things aren't for you. So they're not going to show up on your thing, or you're not going to really pay attention to them.
But they're still on the zone.
No, I understand, Ron, but he's not going to pay attention to them.
That's what I'm saying. But that's my argument. Make me aware as a DAZN boxing consumer. Make me aware that there's more boxing on my app.
Notifications.
That's all I'm asking for, bro. You guys acting like I'm so fucking. I'm asking for too much.
On fucking prospects overseas for years.
It's a card that probably cost them $100,000 tops. Like
This
it's
dude
a
right
card
here.
with little.
You wanted the
production
camera,
quality.
they go to camera, man. Because all you do
Right
is
on
hate.
Mike. Right on Mike. I like it.
I'm hating?
Yeah.
I'm hating.
Because why is it a bad thing that I want a
It's
fucking
not-
notification on my app?
It's not a bad thing. I'm saying it's not a necessary thing.
You're not gonna watch it regardless, even if you got this notification.
You're
'cause
evolving.
You don't watch
That's
it.
not true. That's not true.
You're not going to watch these guys.
If I would have got a notification, I would at least look like, who the fuck is Michael Priazzi?
Michael Piazza.
You know?
Making up Italian names.
Who the fuck is
Corleone? Who are these fuckers?
who the hell is Oscar Corleone? All right, fuck it. Let's get to the callers, B.
Finally.
Shout out to my motherfucking man, El Camino. I got a text today, and I almost thought he dropped 1,200 on Wild. I was like, holy shit.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Gary, Texas, talk to us.
Yo, what's going on, Ness?
What up?
All right. Couple of things. First, you said that Jeff Horn and Anthony Mundine are the only fighters from Australia.
Only
There's Jeff Fenech. There's
Only big fighters.
Jeff Finnett, Jason Maloney, Michael Katsidis, Billy Dibb, Daniel Gill, Danny Green. Those guys are all world champions.
Dog.
But none of them are
I guess you want to debate today. I guess you came here to debate because if you're gonna come on this show talking about fucking Daniel Gill and Jeff Finnick and fucking Michael Katsidis, or you think you talking to a fucking rookie? Does my name look like Michael Gross, motherfucker? Michael Katsidis,
Lucas Brown,
man, you better
Jason
get
Maloney,
Lucas
Danny
Brown.
Green.
Lucas, look like I'm fucking
From
pregnant,
Australia.
Brown. If you don't get your ass out of here, man, what the fuck they got in Texas, man? What's wrong with this dude?
Out of Australia.
Wilder.
Man, let me tell you something.
On, very quickly.
Michael Katsidis got his ass kicked by Robert Guerrero. How about that?
Hold up, but very quickly. You guys are saying two different things. Ness, you said the two relevant or big fighters out of Australia are Mundine and Horn, which is technically true.
But he
Daniel
wanted to
Gill
interpret
is not a big guy.
Dog,
These guys aren't big.
You know that, but he wanted to interpret it differently on purpose. He trying to come for me.
No, I understand. But
Like
Gary,
like Australia's popping with fighters. Get your whack ass out of here,
Jason
man.
Maloney is a fine fighter, but he's no Jeff Horn or Anthony
Jason
Mundine.
Maloney. That motherfucker
Hold
sound
on,
like a cop.
In terms of drawing power,
Jason Maloney.
like exposure, presence, like these guys are just different.
Yo, wasn't it a Maloney on a Police Academy and shit?
I think so.
He coming on here talking about fucking cartoon character ass actors. Get out of here, bro. Give me a real fighter. Give me a real fighter. Give me a real fighter. The two most popular fighters in Australia. The two most popular fighters in Australia. We don't even respect them. One is old as fuck. The other one got a controversial win.
Well, you don't respect them, but the rest of us do. Like Jeff Finnett is a great fighter.
Man, I speak for the whole boxing public.
Gary, hold on.
Gary is a fucking Wilder hater. He coming on here talking about Jeff Horn instead of Wilder because you don't want to shine on a king. You don't want to shine on a king.
I want Wilder to win. I'm a Wilder hater. Where does that come from? A Wilder hater?
Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, you must realize bringing up Jeff Finnett and Jeff Horn in the same conversation in terms of stardom is completely asinine and crazy, right? You must know that.
Asinine, as a team, as 11.
But you're like,
I didn't
you're
play
like
that.
22 years old. Like, were you even alive when Jeff Finnett?
But again, Gary, it's 2018. Does the greater boxing public know these guys over Jeff Horn, Anthony Mundine in Australia? No, they don't. And to bring them up in the same conversation in terms of drawing power is completely crazy.
To be honest, if
You're
you
on crack.
Google Australian boxers, they're the first two that pop up.
That's, I'm.
If you want to know.
Dog, like he's just trying to come. Like he wasted his 3 minutes talking about Australian dudes because he obviously doesn't like Wilder.
You're not live, mate. Ness, turn your mic on, man.
Damn it, fucker!
It's okay, Ness. It's okay.
I don't even know what I said. Fuck it.
You were hating on Gary.
I was hating on Gary.
We love you, Gary. But like that was just a very shitty comparison.
No, that's just a sheep. That was a wolf in sheep's clothing. He came on here. Oh, you all looking at me weird. Look, open your minds. He came on here talking about a completely different subject to take away from what we're here to talk about.
Or Gary's on some really good weed, and he wanted to talk about Australian boxers.
Get the fuck out of here. You better find me a pound of that shit if I'm going to forget about American boxing and talk about Jeff fucking Horn and Jeff Finnett. This guy's bugging.
As a Wilder fan, Nez, I think you shouldn't bring up Lucas Pregnant Brown, all right?
I am going to bring him up because one guy, in your opinion, because you're a sheep, thinks a guy wants to get pregnant. The other one looks pregnant. So, you know, we were talking about actual fighting. So I think that it's more relevant to talk about the physical, you know, stature of a man rather than his quote in an interview. But I know what sheep do.
It would be like saying, hey, you know, is Deontay Wilder like that big? Muhammad Ali is much bigger than him. Like, really? Is that really relevant in 2018? Like, Jeff Finnett boxed in the fucking 70s.
He was current boxer.
You thought he was current? Let's get back to callers. We going. Oh, sorry, Ron. Go.
I was going to say Costa Zoo so long ago. Like, why people bring up Costa Zoo in the chat? Yes, he's a great, but he doesn't fight anymore. Why are we going to bring up
Costa Zoo? Yo, people wouldn't even know Costa Zoo if it wasn't for the fucking Zab Judah one. Get the fuck out of here. He never got the fights he wanted to get.
Whoa.
Yo, or Spence, he's not that big. Sugar Ray Leonard, man. Come on. He's the real deal.
Of course. Leonard's been around forever. Who the fuck is Earl?
That's
Yo, and let me just emphasize.
We ain't getting on Earl for none.
Let me just
Earl's not going to be on the show.
Let me just emphasize this is sarcasm because
yeah, some fighters don't get
some
it.
fighters don't even know what sarcasm is.
Derek James listening right now.
Derek James.
And Bo Mac.
Yo, you know Bo
Shout out
Mac
Bo
listening. We're going out to Santiago right here in LA, baby. We on LA for Wilder Fury. It is preview and prediction day. Get your picks in. Santiago, what it do?
Hey guys, not much. Just finished out my shift for the day. Listening to the podcast, perfect timing, and getting ready to put my picks in for fight day. Really, I'm still a little peeved just because like a lot of these names, including Jarrett Hurd, they would have been so good to see in person, but alas, second best thing to do is go to a viewing party with TVV. So I'm excited for that. All the same.
Shout out to Santiago, who was given the secret location.
It's gonna be thick in this bitch.
I know it is.
Yeah, there's going to be way too many people here.
We're going to have to turn the AC all the way up.
Yo, bring chairs, Santiago.
No, because the number of chairs are the number of people. This is exclusive.
Exclusive, baby.
Oh.
This is exclusive. Everybody can't.
Wait on, did you actually count out the chairs and how many people are coming? No, you didn't.
I didn't. That was on the fly.
No,
that was on the fly.
Yo, Joe, Santiago, Fern, 3 chairs gone.
Okay. That's good.
Javier, chair. We can't use that chair for the camera anymore.
No, we'll give him that chair. We can find something for that.
Maybe. That's about it.
No, we got days before the fight. We can find a chair.
People can sit on the chair, on the floor.
We could give him. Look, he could be there, and at least one more could be here.
Hopefully,
2 more.
It's sunny, and we can go up to the rooftop and just watch the fight up there.
What the fuck?
Why
would we just watch it when we're here to work?
You're right.
Fucking Mike only wants to smoke. He just want to find a way to smoke.
And he didn't smoke that much. Like
that's why. No, but that's why he's still thinking of smoke because you guys gave him that. Shout out to Anthony. Anthony in Cincinnati who gave Mike the fakest L ever.
A fucking pre-roll, bro.
Phantom leaf L.
Yo, they
I thought I was in Jamaica. I thought I was in Jamaica.
They hating on that pre-roll.
Bro, that
second one was trash. That first one was great.
Yo, you're talking all over your best friend's call. Or did he finish?
No, but wait, it's Santiago. He can still get his 3 minutes. Come on. He gets
Santiago, you still there?
Oh,
you're there.
Yeah, I'm still here, man, and I'm definitely hoping that things willing that I'll be able to bring some of my friends that have been wanting to come to one of these events with me. So hopefully, they can come with. Otherwise,
women?
Damn shame. This would have been perfect for them.
Well, you'll hang with us before then, hopefully, and you'll get a feel for the locale, and we'll make that decision together. Any friend of yours is a friend of ours, but it is a.
It's not a lot of room. That's the issue.
It's got to be the elite TBV fam that gets allowed because we still got to work and have ample room.
I don't know how the fuck they got 47 pictures. I just bitch.
Yo,
they had 47 pictures of this place. How? There's 2 rooms.
Yo, it's crazy.
No,
right?
It's actually like 1 room and then a bathroom.
Dude, I was fooled.
Had me tricked.
Yo, I'm so happy that this decision was made in the group chat because when I walked in, I said, "Holy shit, they're gonna be mad at me." The first person I thought was Enrique.
Ooh, Enrique,
he's gonna get his own place.
Enrique's gone. He's probably already booked a 5-star hotel.
Okay.
Quickly, because we again got sidetracked. Santiago, let's finish up your call.
Yeah, who you picking?
Give the picks, predictions, all that stuff.
Why did y'all turn off the live view?
Chris Arreola, Jarrett Hurd, Luis Ortiz, Joe Joyce, and I'm going to be siding with Wilder on this one, but I do think it's going to be an interesting fight for as long as it lasts. I do think that looking at the way Fury's been looking thus far, I think he's going to have some ability to give Wilder trouble, and it's going to be an interesting fencing match because these guys have got long-ass reaches, so that's pretty much all I have to say. Hopefully I'll get to see you, Ness, over at the weigh-in on Friday. I plan to be there, and you can show me around a little bit, and I can take you out to eat some KBBQ afterwards.
For sure, brother. Korean barbecue sounds like a plan. Santiago, as always, thanks for calling in.
Yes. I mean, we haven't really talked about buy rate at all. Should we talk about buy rate, pay-per-views?
Why not? I guess the panel could do a pay-per-view prediction before we get to the next call.
Should it be a show?
No, I mean we could do a show, but I mean it's part of the previous show today, and so we can probably do
600,000.
300,000, and that's a really good number.
What about the Cobra? I know you're not on mic, but you could just give us a number and we'll put it out there.
7, 8. Okay. You guys are definitely high.
I got 600. I think 600 is a good number.
I'm gonna be safe and say 400,000.
So I'm the hater. I'm the hater. I'm the one picking the
No,
lowest
you're not
number.
the hater. You're not the hater. Rob didn't give his number.
He said 4. Rob said 4.
Oh, shit. Optimistic, Rob?
Yo, I'm the hater.
Rob, wait. If Rob, you got to change your number. If you give Wilder 400,000 and you divide that. Yeah, he's the A side. You don't want to. That's too much.
You don't want to do that.
That's 1.2 UK buys. Don't do that. And then imagine.
50,000. He's doing a bud.
There we go.
Yo, then imagine if he does 1.2 UK buys, then you got to factor in the actual UK buys that's on BT, then the Canadian buys. Ow, Rob. You want to give a new number?
No. 450 then.
Ooh. Shit. So secretly, he's a Wilder fan. I told you guys that he talks
I
about
ain't a
Wilder in
Wilder
the
fan. I'm
chat.
just using
He
my
talks
mind.
about Wilder in the chat more than AJ.
Him and Fugatti.
No, Rob just wants a big fight to happen.
Him and Fugatti are Wilder's secret biggest fans. We all know it.
Yeah,
It's okay.
No, I just think Espinosa's obviously run the numbers and he thinks 400 is a good number. So I think it'll be somewhere. It's not often they're like super wrong about these things, right? Apart from Crawford's little efforts and things like that. I think they're usually kind of close to what they they run the numbers. This is what they do. They get somewhere near what they expect, I think.
All right. Well, let's get out to New York City. Suleiman.
Hey Ness, how you doing?
All good, brother.
So this fight is a hype fight. I think it's a barometer fight, so we could see how easily Deontay Wilder could knock out Tyson Fury in the first round. By him knocking him out in the first round, he's gonna show that he's the true world champion of the world, and he should be easily matched with Anthony Joshua. If not, the belts that Anthony Joshua possesses should be fragmented. Manuel Charr, if he's still champion, should be elevated for the WNBA Super Champion. And he should be allowed to fight and defend his belt with Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder be the top dog in the division, man, which he truly is. I don't know why what Tyson Fury was thinking about when he signed this contract. He should have waited. He should have got himself in better condition, fight B-class fighters for the meantime. The fight with Klitschko, he won by split decision, and it was an awful, boring fight. People are not considering the power of Deontay Wilder in realistic terms. This is not a movie. This is not a video game. He's going to bust them up. He's going to hurt him. If you look at the fight with Bermane Stiverne looked in better condition than Tyson Fury, and he was ferociously knocked out even by blocking the punches in the first round. And people are saying that Luis Ortiz he went a couple more rounds with Luis, but at the end of the day, he knocked him out in spectacular fashion, had the man Julian on the floor. He persevered from the body attack that Luis Ortiz caught him in a couple of rounds earlier. But at the end of the day, he knocked him out with an avalanche of punches, and that's what's going to happen. I'm tired of hearing excuses just like Deontay Wilder. I want to see him unify his belt and take it to bigger and better things. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on the show.
Thank you, Suleiman. Always a great call from you. One of the next caller. Shout out to Mike sleeping over there.
Mike for reading his boy's Twitter.
Yo, you should have seen it. Mike was just like slumped over, man. We thought he was like snoring and shit. We were all concerned.
JD in Texas.
JD, motherfucker.
There's a lot of things I like to move, so just try to get on my game. I don't know why they gonna call me for. I'm a 54-pounder, but I have a brother that's at 160.
What up, JD?
Yo, hey, damn, Suleiman still tripping, I see. He just might be the biggest Deontay Wilder fan after all. But, like, you can't compare Bermane Stiverne to goddamn Tyson Fury. I mean, two totally different fighters, man. Like, Romain Stavern couldn't even stand in the ring with Klitschko. I mean, let's just get out of here with that. But I got Wilder. I think he's gonna hurt Fury like a couple of times, maybe like 2 or 3 times. But I think Fury gonna weather the storm. His pride ain't gonna let him go down and stay down. But yo, Jarrett Hurd, man. Yo, somebody write this dude jokes or something, man. Like, I mean, my God, that dude jokes is like fucking horrible. And he need to quit running his fucking mouth like the Charlo say, man. And what does he mean by he got the date? Like, how the fuck do you? What does he mean by that? Matt or Ness?
You know what he mean. Heyman already told him when he fighting Charlo.
Okay, I guess, man, but I mean, I just don't see how that's possible. How can y'all have a date already? Like this early, y'all still got to fight. Like, we don't even know if your shoulder's good or your elbow or whatever you hurt.
You sound extremely
anyway,
butthurt from Texas because
I sense that Charlo fanboy right there.
Hey, Lions only, man. Yeah, Lions only, man. Fuck all that.
Look, I mean,
hey, no, but
yes, JD.
Yo, Matt, I forgot to tell you, man. I'm glad to see y'all work shit out, man. Glad to have you back on the show.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yo, since I'm coming to LA, man, show me the best seafood spot. You know, the best clubs, the best bars,
clubs.
Whatever. I want the full LA experience.
Matt is a single dad. He ain't going to no club.
Yeah, I'm single dad. I have to pick up my kid Sunday morning. So I mean, you can maybe go to someone else for that. I apologize, JD. I'm not that guy for you.
Hey, Ness, we got somebody in the chat that's going by the sheep voice. Mike, ask Ness why he kept ducking me at the presser.
Man, he know he fucking lying.
It's the sheep voice.
Yeah, well, I won't give a fuck who he is.
We don't know who he is.
I'm everywhere. He ain't never there.
Shout out to Super Chat, Dominique saying Matt with
Dominique
exclamation
Paramore
points.
actually is our producer. She's in town. Shout out to Dominique. She has always liked you. She was mad that you went left.
Most were.
So yeah, man. That's pretty much all I got, man. Shout out to King Kong too, man, and shout out to Lions Only, and keep running your fucking mouth, Hurd.
Ooh.
Yo, the fanboys are out, man. I love it.
It's crazy though.
I love it.
You could tell who's a star and who's not, right? Because like
they have fans.
Well, that and a guy like JD has never been like the fanboy term didn't overtake him for
Daniel Jacobs.
Or for this.
No, you're right. Yeah,
but
like the energy level is different when it talks about Charlo. And very quickly, shout out to Rabitsky. It's not a super chat, but I love it. Saying, "Where is Canelo Swift? Where is Canelo Swift?"
He'll be here tomorrow morning.
Yeah. All right, so we got to get to some more callers.
We ain't got Javier. He ain't masterminding today.
Nah, Javier, no, he's not here.
No,
but we'll go to Vito. He's probably gonna spice things up. Vito, habla.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, this is for Mike. Mike, don't let Ness try to change your mind or try to talk you down when you're doing your thing when it comes to Bud Crawford. Because Ness, first of all, you should try, boxers do this thing where they watch their fights after they finish fighting, they watch their fights again and then try to improve on what they think they can, work on. You should do that with your shows. You should try watching your shows over because, first of all, when your co-hosts start calling you on your BS, you have to tone down a bit because the whole thing with the zone thing, talking about Italian fighters, listen, this is the boxing voice, not the Nestor Gibbs voice.
Vito.
You understand? You're here to promote boxing. It doesn't matter what you feel about prospect in Italy. As long as there's more boxing for us, we're down for it.
Vito.
You didn't pay to watch, you didn't subscribe to the zone for Italian prospect. You're getting that as an add-on. So enjoy it.
Vito.
I think your butt hurts
Vito.
because of what Eddie did to you in the past with the interview. Stop that hate for Eddie. Just try to let it go. Then another thing I'm going to say is this. You talk about Mike being protective of Bob Crawford. Have you ever watched your interviews? Have you seen the way you go about when it comes to Kid Thomas?
Vito, very quickly, you do realize that Ness was defending the match from Italy card the entire time, right?
Of course he doesn't fucking realize he's a fucking sheep. No. These wolves come in sheep. They're disguised in wolf clothing, but they're sheep. Dumbass motherfucker can't even listen to me. He just hears what he wants to hear. He doesn't hear the DAZN talk. He hears sheep. That's all you can fucking understand, you sheep.
Okay.
You telling me to go back and listen to my show? You should go back and listen to this fucking episode, sheep.
When I tune into
you didn't read out any names on there. You did just say.
Great call, Vito.
Listen, when I tune into the Boxing Voice, maybe I might have not. Maybe I didn't hear the interview. The whole thing. But when I turned in, I heard you say something about Italian fighters.
Yeah, and you assumed, they made a jackass out of yourself. Get your assuming ass out of your call's almost up, assumer.
Assuming what? Okay, about the
assuming the worst of me. Right. Assuming the worst of me, and you made yourself look real stupid.
No, I'm not assuming the worst.
7 seconds. Sheep.
You're
Hey man,
get your boomerang started. This is over.
Quick, we got a fucking tweet from the pound for pound king.
Who?
Terrence Crawford.
He ain't tweet us.
Don't matter.
All right, well, it don't matter.
Look, fuck all this stupid shit y'all talking about. If the PPC fighters is their own bosses, like y'all say they is, then why they gotta ask Al if they can come outside and play? Last time I checked, Angel is a big part of Danny's team and do have a say-so who he fight.
Oh, yeah? Last time I checked, trainers don't make decisions. They could give their advice, just like Abel Sanchez used to tell us, HBO gives me 15 names. I approve all 15 names.
Are you speaking for Danny now?
Right? No, I'm speaking from experience.
Are you speaking for Danny?
You speaking from a fanboy standpoint. Your mind is never clear.
Danny?
I hear you, fanboy.
Next question.
I hear you, fanboy.
Danny respond.
Mike, there's more on it. You didn't read all of it.
Oh, what shit? Keep reading, Ron.
I mean, he does. This is the same thing he did yesterday when he acted like he didn't remember speaking to Danny Garcia's father personally.
I didn't.
Yeah,
so the convenient amnesia. Said, but I think y'all too blind to see it. At Danny Swift ducked me. They know what it was. They problem told Al, and he told them no. But it's all good. We're not tripping. Y'all keep thinking what y'all want when y'all don't know nothing. That was hard to read. Then the Bomac tweet he put out, he says, since y'all thought that offer to Danny Garcia was bogus, how about somebody give me Al Heyman number and I'll call him myself?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, and this is exactly why I got it. I got so much work to do. My interview with Espinosa sitting there with all these fucking answers for these motherfuckers. Stop acting like y'all ain't got our number. The fucking number ain't changed in 30 years. 30 years.
Move the mic a little bit away from when you start yelling.
Fuck out of here with this bullshit, man. How the fuck you don't know how to get in contact with Al Heyman? So you telling Bob Arum ain't the one that made Mayweather Pacquiao?
Bomac said, give him the number.
Yeah, give him the number. All of a sudden, he going to make the fight without Arum. He can't do nothing else without Arum, but today he going to do it without Arum because you a fucking sheep, too.
I'm a sheep.
You a sheep.
I'm a sheep.
You a sheep. This motherfucker's a sheep.
Let's get to callers.
This motherfucker's a sheep.
Okay.
Right. Sheepy ass sheep.
Nigga, you not going to hurt my feelings, nigga.
I ain't trying to hurt your feelings.
Sheep. God damn it.
I ain't trying to hurt your feelings. Listen, calling you a sheep isn't meant to hurt your feelings.
I'm talking shit, bro.
I'm motherfucking.
Why are you so sensitive, nigga?
No, I'm explaining. I'm classifying y'all.
I don't need it.
It's not for you.
Okay.
I told you I speak in general because you ain't the only sheep. You just the only sheep in the room. But it's other.
No, I'm not.
No, you a sheep in this room.
Nigga, you a sheep too.
Sheep.
Oh, Mike. Yes.
I ain't no
sheep
fucking
is
sheep.
you.
I ain't no fucking sheep.
Sheep in a different field.
Yeah, I
sheep
hear
in
you.
a different field.
Speaking generally, why don't you generally just make up some more Italian fighters' names? This card you defended so honorably.
You just butthurt we not talking about your guy.
Who's my
Why?
guy?
Why I gotta be butthurt? Rob is happy.
Rob is in a good mood. Stop pissing him
Yo,
off.
let's
Ness.
bring on some callers because y'all just hate us.
Now you get mad now.
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
Hey, what you want me to do?
Turn that down because that's loud as hell.
That shit was I heard it rocking. JP in Long Beach, holla at him.
Yeah, what's good with y'all, family, man? Glad to see y'all men did things and were men and came together and gave us TBV, the TB family, what we want, and having Matt back on the show. So I'm glad y'all did that. But I'm calling in tonight. I'm on notorious JP status because I got smoke. I got heavy smoke for Rob because I think Rob knew something that none of us knew, and he didn't tell us. But first,
Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
You finna get some smoke. So look, as far as the fight goes, I think it can only happen in two universes. It's gonna be either one where both guys lose. Both guys losing means Fury wins. Fury will win a fight where you don't see a lot of punishment. It'll be really ugly. He'll win the fight. Deontay will look amateurish in it. The other fight is where Deontay knocks him out. Only one of the two can happen in my estimation. I don't see any in between. Here's where the smoke I got for Rob comes in. So look, in the press conference yesterday, you seen Wilder really being out of character in my estimation. You know, Wilder always, increases the intensity as you get closer to the fight, but this time it's just different, right? And he kind of going with all this racial shit, and I'm like, why? Well, where's this coming from? Where's this coming from? And so I'm thinking back, and I'm scrolling through Twitter, and I see Fury say, this guy will be sweeping my chimney. That's fine. I laughed at that. The shit's hilarious to me. But here's the thing. So I came across another meme where it's like, count how many times Fury calls Wilder a dosser. He's like, dosser, 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 dosser. And I'm like, what the fuck does a dosser mean? So before you answer, Rob, I want to ask the rest of the guys on the panel, does anyone know what a dosser means?
It's like a bum, homeless.
I thought it was a bellboy.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a bellboy, too. Like someone to carry your bags is how it was explained to me.
Me, too.
Y'all there?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, we all answered just to ourselves. I said, I think Mike, say yours again.
I thought it was a bellboy.
And I heard he was like, what did I say?
Bellboy.
No, I
servant.
said it.
You said something like servant.
I said
carry the bags.
Carry the bags.
Yeah,
the guy that
bellboy.
carry the bags.
A bellboy.
I said a bum.
True.
A bum homeless
Yeah,
person.
Matt called him a bum.
Okay, so I went on ahead and looked it up, and it has many synonyms, but it's like a lazy person, a street person, a bum, a hobo, and it's like, why is this dude calling him this? And so I'm bringing it back home. He's straight up, and I think Wilder's geeked up because Wilder's realizing Fury been calling basically a fucking nigger to his face.
That's your assumption, though. That is your assumption. Time's up, though, JP. You did get 3 minutes, and we didn't interrupt you, but come on, that's your assumption. That's your interpretation, rather, not your assumption.
And also, like, dosser is like a well-used slang term in the UK. Like that, people throw it around like wanker. Like it's just like one of those things like people say.
Maybe we should let Rob take
obviously
lead.
Since Rob is in the UK.
Rob, take the lead.
Like here, like you could say, what are you guys up to? We're just dossing around. Like we're just fucking like doing nothing, like lazy. So doss is like I don't know, but it's been used as like button. There's no way that is being used to call him that.
I totally agree, Rob.
JP decided to use.
I just looked it up, and it says nothing about a racial connotation out of that. It says lazy, bum, a street person, or somebody who.
It's insulting.
Somebody who doesn't have
it's racial.
A permanent home. That's what it said.
I would say
shit. Last I checked, Wilder got a few permanent homes.
I would say JP is probably off of that good California weed. It does happen.
Or he part of that. Never mind.
Someone racist, Jesus.
I know, man. That was way
Don't whisper it, Rob. Why are you being a puss?
I didn't. I said if it's that weed, then maybe you shouldn't smoke if it makes you call people racist.
Good point.
I mean, you gotta let them hear it. I barely hear you. But we got a new caller in Texas. What happened, Mike?
You say shit.
Oh. New caller in Texas, 214-995.
Mighty Mo.
214-995. Going once.
Bye.
Texas, somewhere in Texas, Houston, Dallas. Talk to me.
Nope.
Oh, that's actually Fugatti, dumbass.
Fugatti,
you gonna talk?
You're on mute, Fugatti, probably.
Move.
Yeah, bro, I got you. Hey.
What up,
My new caller in Texas. Sweet Caroline. Bop, bop, bop. No.
My bad,
Hey.
Fugatti, for thinking you were Fern Gully.
That's hilarious. So, can you hear me now?
We hear you. We hear you.
All right. Hey, Wilder by knockout, of course, guys. Even though I told the guys in the chat today, I hope they just both knock each other out because they're both idiots. But no, good show. I wanted to say, Mike, that I was trying to get on a call the other day. Say like the check hook stuff coming along really nice. I like your interviews. Yeah, Wilder, Ortiz. What else we got? Hurd's gonna win. There's no 50-50 fights. All these fights are just like showcase fights. It feels like, minus I guess Fury could play the spoiler if he just does a boring ass like Klitschko fight or something. I hope that doesn't happen. I think Wilder wins, and it looks like from what Ness put out in that interview, we're going to get the Joshua fight or an announcement for something. So that's pretty big stuff. Great show, and the Mundine fight, that's just Horn. That's the passing of the Australian torch, man. Like, that's all that is.
Australians. That's who gives a fuck.
No, man, I was totally going to start my call with talking about the Australian shit just to see if I get Ness going, but I didn't.
Hey,
You fucked that up when you ain't know your own number.
Thanks for the support. Thanks for
Say
the
that
support.
again in the
Fugatti.
microphone, mate. Ness.
I have some more interviews, but I'm
Oh my
not-
God, I'm gonna stop pressing this button because I keep.
I was saying thanks for the support, Fugatti, and I got some more interviews, but I don't want to drop them until next week because all this Wilder and Fury stuff might take up from the viewership.
Yeah. I think the next big question for all the audience, and I'm sure the chat will be stoked about this, is the UK hour coming back.
I hope so.
I mean, now we got Matt.
We got to talk
We
about it,
got
Rob.
Matt
Me and Rob have to negotiate. We have to come to an agreement.
Hopefully, I can be like
I'm sad as hell I'm not there with you guys. I'd love to be out there in LA with you guys. Hope you have a blast. Wilder's gonna KO this guy. I think early, 5 rounds maybe. I don't think Fury's got what it takes, guys. Not this time. But I'm gonna troll the shit out of you guys in our group chat every day. Doesn't matter. Sweet Caroline. Get it, Rob?
Do y'all still see the feed?
You know you want to sing it, Rob. Don't front.
Ba, ba, ba. There you go.
We got a super chat from West Blazing in Boxing Sport.
We're muted.
Look, Nez is like an old man with a text message. He's like pulling the face when he's trying to read it.
It's just your computer.
I can hear Robin now.
So, yeah. Ron, what are you up to?
Oh, yeah, y'all. Hold on.
Looking at
Hey,
Ness
hey,
right now,
hey,
trying to
me